Alright, guys, you guys already know what time it is. Alright. Where am I? There I am. Alright. You guys already know what time it is. It's Planet Coaster 2 at Gamescom time. Thank you guys so much for joining me. We got over 100 viewers right now. Glad to have you here. Just like the gameplay reveal, we have a lot of people here in chat. So thanks for being here, guys. I really do appreciate it. Now, the live stream is supposed to go live at about 8 o'clock my time, Central Standard Time, so I got up early for this, okay? And it's my birthday, by the way. I got up early on my birthday. I ain't sleeping on my birthday because I want to see this live, okay? So anyways, thank you guys again so much for being here. I can't thank you enough to have over 100 viewers at the same time. It's pretty crazy. We got over 200 during the gameplay reveal. So I'm excited to see what they show off today. We've already got a few leaks, so we got a few things in store already. While we're waiting, we're going to go over some of those leaks. I got a few photos here saved that was posted in a Discord server that we're going to go over. So let's just go ahead and kind of dive into here with stuff that we have seen already. So here we go. So this is looking like a water coaster to me. I don't speak this language, so if any of you do, please let me know in the comments what a lot of this stuff says. But that looks like a water coaster if I've ever seen one. Like the ones like Mammoth at Splash and Safari at Holiday World. We also got turntables that were shown off, that people have been showing off on the water coaster, the Mock Rides water coaster. So that's really cool to see. That gives me more hope for like switch tracks and stuff. Now I am fully expecting, like, if we do get switch tracks and stuff, that they're gonna be on specific track types. So you like the Intamin type rides. This is probably where you're gonna get a lot of those switch tracks if they are in the game. But this gives me a lot of hope. Another thing here is another view of that. You can see how it's already turned. So I'm assuming that we're going to be able to do quite a bit with that turntable. I'm very excited for that. So turntables, I'm not sure what all the turntables are going to be on. So I don't know if it's just going to be this. Maybe if we get the Mock Striker model, we might get like one of those turntables that turns you all the way around, like you have two sets of tracks. Maybe we'll get something like that too. This is something that made me really happy about water slides, the flumes, is that they do have the end runways, guys. Look at that. That's awesome. That's amazing to see that we don't have to plop them into a body of water. So that was a huge W for me. This is the one of the things I was worried about. And my worry no more. We do have like the the run outs or the run. I don't know what you exactly call them, but anyways, the editor does seem a little bit similar, but you could see like these dashes here, which are like for the pieces, but I'm not sure exactly. We'll have to wait, and we're about to find a lot out here pretty soon. And then here's a little bit of the coaster editing menus here. In case you guys don't know, I did pin the link to where the live stream is going to be, so look at the pinned message in the chat, which should be at the top of your chat. Just click on that and click on the link. They are, as far as I know, just streaming on Twitch, but they might stream on YouTube too. I'll keep an eye out for that. But as of right now, I think they're just streaming on Twitch. So I already got the stream up, so as soon as it starts, we'll be ready to go. But as you can see here, we've got a lot of people are looking at this little icon here, thinking that it might be switch tracks, but I think from what I've heard, that is actually stations. So you can see like the arrows here kind of stand for like the station, you know, people entering and exiting. It could, you never know, it could be switch, or maybe it's special tracks, maybe, I'm not sure. We don't exactly completely know, but as you can see, there's a cable lift on this particular ride, and you can see there is like a new smooth technique here where you can do smooth strength, smooth direction. So they actually, you can smooth forward and backwards like you can with the mods that we have. So they took that from one of the mods, and it's going to be in the game. So we won't need a mod to smooth forward and backwards. So that's really cool that they decided to add that. Very, very amazing. But I think that is going to be in the game. Where did my thing go? And then, of course, I saw this yesterday. This is just one of the selection screen. This is where we first saw the word mid-ride turntables. So that's what got me hyped. And of course, someone finally did show it off. So the stream starts in about 9 minutes. Again, guys, I pinned the in the chat. I have a pinned message where you can go watch the stream. So make sure you go to there if you want to watch it uninterrupted, because I'm gonna probably be talking a little bit over it. If you want to watch it uninterrupted, go watch the stream by itself. This is gonna be my initial reaction, so I am naturally gonna be reacting to things. So I might be talking all over a little bit. I'll be quiet at some points on stuff that I'm gonna do. So yes, the link is pinned in the chat, so be sure to check that out, guys. Intamin 4-seater is the old school Giga. I think it is. It might be like the because we know that was in this build, so that's what I'm thinking about. Like that's the Automax. I still love that they have. Was something that I do like is that they do have like fake names for all of the manufacturing types. So you got V and N, which is pretty clever, and then you have Automax, which is like opposite of Intamin, and then Big M Rides, it's Mock Rides. So you have all those. I'm really excited to see all the different names they have. So we have a few of them here, but URL doesn't have anything for them to start. Yeah, just when you just click on the name Frontier. So when you're in there, just click on Frontier, like the name Frontier, and then it will take you there. It will pop up as soon as it goes live. I'm sure they'll have like a countdown and stuff here in a little bit. So I'm getting stuff sent to me right now. I don't know what that. But anyways, but when you click that link, just click on the name, the Frontier name, and it'll take you to their live stream, because it hasn't started yet, so it's not gonna pop up. But you can see they've already changed the title and everything. So I already got it up in the background here, just chilling out until it starts, because I literally have it up right here, ready for it to go. So, and we're just checking out some of these screenshots that people have taken that have already played the game. I'm very, very jealous that these people have gotten to play the game. Very lucky people that I wish it was me right now, but that's all right. I unfortunately can't make a trip to Germany just for this, so, which is unfortunate, I know, but I'm curious of what they're going to show off in this stream. I'm sure we're probably going to see the coaster builder in action, the flume builder in action, just everything that a lot of people have already been showing. The turntable. I'm curious because remember, we can add scenery pieces to coaster trains and flat rides. I wonder if we can add and animate stuff to the turntable. That's a good question that I'm wondering, because I have already kind of pinpointed out that animated scenery pieces can also be added onto. So if you have, there is a picture, I don't remember where it's at, or I think I took it actually, where, let me see if I can actually find that. Hold on here, let me find it in my downloads. I remember, did I take a picture of that? I thought I did, maybe I didn't. But yeah, there's a, so like there's pieces, I've pinpointed this. There's a piece that rotates, and I saw this piece in the build with scenery on it that you can attach to. So they have like like animated pieces, and you can attach scenery to it. So like you can animate stuff in the game, not just on coaster trains or on flat rides, but like actual animated pieces. You're gonna be able to animate stuff in game. So if I want to animate something that I built in game using one of those rotating pieces, or there's a couple different pieces that is in there, I can do that. So like this is going to be huge, that we're going to be able to basically animate these things, stuff that we want in the game. So that's pretty crazy. Like, I'm pretty tired, by the way. Like, I got a decent amount of sleep. I went to bed early last night, but, because this is pretty early for me. This is starting at 8 a.m. I know that might sound ridiculous to you guys, some of you guys that get up very early, more than me, but yeah. Why can't my show up here? Interesting, but yeah, it's looking pretty good. I haven't seen anything about continuous roll or like having like heart lining. That's the name. 6 a.m. here. Yeah. See, I'm not gonna talk too much. See, this is early for me. I don't usually get up. I do usually get up this early for work, um, but on my day off, on my birthday, yeah, I'm usually sleeping right now since it's my birthday today, and I get um, gifted a live stream from Frontier of more Planet Coaster 2 information. So that's what I'm excited for, that I get more information for Planet Coaster 2 on my birthday. Isn't that something? I can't believe I'm 30 now. I just turned 30 today, so pretty crazy. All right, the stream should be starting up here very, very quickly. I do have it up, so just waiting on that to start. And they're playing Planet Coaster 2. Oh man, that's exciting. But thank you guys so much for the birthday wishes. Appreciate it, of course. Starting in 3 minutes. They're starting at 8 a.m. And I figured we'd just get a head start before they started just a little bit so we can kind of see. But for some reason, this has excited me the most and made me the most happy, is just seeing that we have like the little end pieces for slides rather than having to drop them into a pool that everyone's already swimming in. But there's a lot going on in chat, so I'm gonna try and keep up with it. Yours is tomorrow? Well, happy birthday, early birthday to you too. Sweet. Log flumes now have turntable twos. Yeah, there was another photo that I didn't see for some reason, that I didn't have in there. There's another photo about that too that I saw. So yeah, turntables. Turntables are definitely confirmed at this point, so that's really cool. I'm excited to see what they show off today. They'll probably only show stuff off in the current build, so there's still stuff that we haven't seen yet, that we might not see yet still. So I'm excited, but we get to see stuff that we didn't see before, and that's going to be like probably the coaster builder, the flume builder. I just want to see someone build something from scratch, like just build a new area or ride from scratch. I want to see that, because we didn't really get that much. But thanks for the birthday wishes again. Thank you guys. 30, I'm no longer in my 20s. It's ridiculous. I'm getting old, man. Getting old. I couldn't ask for a better birthday gift than to be here with you guys watching a Frontier stream about Planet Coaster 2. So, is it going? Oh, they're live. It's just black screen. They're actually live right now, I think. It's just a black screen. There's the chat. I'm going to keep chat off. I want a nice full screen for this. Nice full screen. Are they live? I don't know. It's 8 o'clock now, so I'm waiting for them. Oh, here we are. For 405 viewers. It might be live. They're all, oh no, they're still offline. Never mind. I thought they were live for a second. I'm gonna check for you guys to see if they are online YouTube, or going to be on YouTube as well. Let me check that for you guys. Frontier, they are live on YouTube, and there's a countdown on YouTube, so I'm gonna bring up the YouTube one. There they are. All right, so there's actually a countdown on YouTube. So they are live on YouTube. I'm gonna post this in chat so you guys, and I'm gonna do that. Watch the stream here. That way you guys have a link for that. And we're going to replace pin message with that one because for some reason it's not even showing up on can't even get it to show up on the Twitch one. So anyways, we're almost there, guys. We got a few minutes to wait. Maybe if I reload Twitch, because it wasn't loading. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, Twitch is up now too. So, but we're gonna watch it on YouTube. That's where that is my preferred place of watching. So, there we go. Oh, I'm so excited. We get more Planet Coaster 2 content. Just wait till you turn 37. Ugh, I'd rather not wait. Right, I mean, I'd rather wait. Very much so, wait. Very much so. Yeah, so I got the YouTube one actually posted. So if you guys want to go to the YouTube stream, go check out the stream on YouTube. So we have Unlocked Extra today. I'm curious if we're going to get even more on the 28th because they have another Unlocked stream on the 28th. We might get the deep dive today. We might get the deep dive then. So I'm curious of when we're going to get the next deep dive. It might be today. We'll see. But I think today they're just going to kind of more so stream what they're doing at Gamescom and maybe some gameplay from there. And I think we'll get the deep dive maybe during the unlock stream on the 28th. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards here. So we're going to see a lot of stuff today that we'll see in the deep dive on the 28th as well. I think that's going to be kind of the call here, what we're going for. Also, thank you guys so much. I haven't said it really in person, but thank you guys again so much for 12,000 subscribers. We're already at 12.1K already, so that's absolutely bananas that we've already gotten another 100 people on board with subscribers. So thank you guys so much. If you're not subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be covering lots of Planet Coaster 2, and if you want to see Planet Coaster 2 gameplay when it comes out, I am going to be all over that immediately. So I am a huge Planet Coaster person, if that's a thing. I don't really know. Anyways, we're a minute and a half away from seeing what they have in store for us today. So, oh, I'm so excited. Get hyped. Turn up my volume on my headset. 5K watching the Frontier stream. Nice. Let's go. Planet Coaster 2 Game of the Year for me. It's going to be the Game of the Year for me as well. You know what I'm saying? Definitely Game of the Year for me as well. So, thank you guys so much for being here. Appreciate it. The fact that we got over 100 watching me is huge. Like, that's insane to me that I got over 100 watching here. I remember we had over 200 during my last stream. So, thank you guys so much for being here. I do appreciate you guys. Very, very much so. And I got up early for you guys on my birthday. I got up early for you guys. I'm gonna go get some pizza later to celebrate. I made sure I had off work today too. So like I was just like, nah, I'm gonna be off today because Planet Coaster 2 is showing off stuff. I got the 28th off as well, so we might do another live stream on the 28th for the next Unlocked stream as well. This is Unlocked Extra. So, here we go. Let's see what we got. Oh, I've been muted the whole time. I want to hear everything. Alright, guys, here we go. You guys ready? Here we go. Alright. I'm gonna sit back. Oh my gosh, what is that camera quality? You're live! Say something. I love their booth. Hello, Arthur.
Very special Frontier Unlocked Extra live here at
Looks so cool.
Gamescom
Look at that booth.
the largest consumer computer games expo. For those of you who don't know, it's in Cologne, Germany.
Ah, I wish I was there.
I'm doing it live
Looks crowded.
from the show floor. I keep calling it a sales floor. It's not a sales floor. That's what you get in a supermarket. We're here with the wonderful Planet Coaster 2. So we have a look.
Live from 1995.
Cameraman chat for this one. So wonderful Harry, if you step over, we can look at our booth. This is Planet Coaster 2.
I wonder if we're getting actual gameplay or if they're just gonna show off their booth.
All the way around the corner, and we're going to take a look around this in a little while. So obviously Planet Coaster 2 is coming later this year. It's coming out on Xbox Series X.
I love it. It looks so cool.
It's coming out on PlayStation 5 and it's coming out on PC. If you've missed any of the previous unlocks,
I love the booth.
dive with the wonderful Adam Woods, who you can do later. You can probably see him actually. You can say, there he is.
I know Gulpy's making an appearance.
Catch him later, chat. Don't you worry about that. And there's our wonderful staff all having a look around. But I tell you what, Harry, should we mix it with some people and just get down to our stand? So it's a bit
Yeah, I want to see it more.
downstairs via these are called escalators. No, we know what these are. Let's go this way. Come on, let's have a little look. See, right.
I have that. I want that shirt.
Hello. Some people staring at me from behind you, Harry, and they're a bit nervous. They should be. I'm a very strange.
I'm nervous too.
Let's have a look around here. That man's got a very large bag. All right, let's hit the show floor. So, immediately you can see a wonderful coaster. Just
I love the coaster going around.
it's over our stand. Look at it. There's a wonderful red stand there. That's a wonderful plushie. Hello.
See Queen Splash as well.
Plushie, that's lovely. Hello. Excuse me. Sorry. Don't lose me. Don't lose me in the chat.
Audio too low. Sorry. Let me turn that up for you.
It's good to see you. Let's take a walk around.
How about now?
Here's some of our wonderful staff. Can you give us
He
a
hasn't
wave?
said much
Give us a wave.
anything
There's all our
important
wonderful
yet. So
staff working on the stand. Hello, everyone. Hello, you alright? You alright?
turn it up here
There we
too.
go. That guy
That-
is
that
hench.
good enough?
I mean, he could squeeze me
That better?
with one hand. He could kill me.
Sorry
He's
about
made
that.
of rocks. Welcome to come into our stand. Now we're gonna sneak in through the side way because the queue is very long. Hello, everyone. You here? You excited for Planet Coaster 2? Yes? Yes. Say yes. Say yes. I'm live on Twitch. Say yes. Let's go through. Okay, let's have a look through. So
Very awkward.
this chat. This is our wonderful stand. So we've got our lifeguard who's absent in the moment, but his lifeguard seat is right here. And then we have this incredible merch stand. Then it's going to talk to these lovely young ladies.
It
Hello.
looks like I love that it is a Planet Coaster stand.
I'm good, thank you. How are you finding the show?
Pardon?
How have you found the show so far?
It was perfectly nice.
Way
All
better.
of
All right. Nice.
visitors are so nice to us. We're having a really good time here.
Cool. And we're giving away some merchandise. What can you tell us? What can people
I
get
want
to
it.
come and play in
I
the
want
game?
that stuff.
So you can get these visors in 3 different colors.
Can I buy it from
we
here?
have as well these keychains where you have the king and the queen.
Yep.
Also some lanyards.
Give it all.
And some
I want the
mystery
lanyard.
Mystery badges. Oh, which are these on here? I don't know if you can see this, chat. There we go. Look, so you can get some of those, right?
Yes, exactly.
And what's been the favourite cap over the last 2 days?
I think the favorite one,
Gulpy.
the Gulpy.
Don't worry
There we
too
go.
much
Who
about
knew?
the
Who knew?
water park
well, look,
theme.
Thank you so much for all your hard work. I'm sure we'll come and see you in a
It's
bit
their
later
big
on.
marketing thing.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, let's have a see you in a bit.
Because that's what everyone wanted.
That's a
So
big
don't be
bag.
worried too much
What have you got
about
in
it.
that big bag?
A lot of merchandise.
They're gonna
Is there anything
overdo
there
it
for me?
because it's a marketing
What if I had
thing.
something for you? We do a
Trust.
trade.
I've already seen
I've
a
got a
lot
keyring
from the
of
roller coaster
Queen
stuff that
Splash.
excites me. So
And 2 of them. It's the same key ring.
we're just focusing a lot on that for
I will
marketing.
give you a key ring.
Because it's the
There you go,
big
you're
thing
welcome.
in
You gonna
Planet
play the
Coaster
game?
2.
Have you played Planet Coaster before?
Yeah, I love the first one.
You love the first one? So what's your name, sorry?
Catherine.
Catherine. Sorry, I should have probably told you this, Catherine, but you're live on Twitch right now. Okay. Hello, Catherine. So you played
Hello,
the first Planet
Catherine.
Coaster. And what do you like most about
I can
Planet Coaster
understand the
1?
worry, but trust me, I
mean,
think it's just a
used to play,
marketing
like, a lot of
thing.
Roller Coaster Tycoon back in the day, so
OG
just
stuff.
a lot of like exploration, like figuring out the world.
Yeah, the Queen Spirit. I
building
saw
and whatever.
that. I saw that video.
I swear. Sorry.
She said
Queen
ship,
Splash.
S-H-I-P. There was sails on the water. And what are you most excited for in Planet Coaster 2?
Definitely.
See
the
people in the
swimming pool. I'm
background
very excited
playing.
To see what sort of like thing I can do with the slides. So that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Excellent, excellent. And do you play Planet Coaster?
I haven't, but she's very excited, so I'm just here to support her.
You're doing the right thing. If she's excited, you're excited. That's a very sensible thing to be. Right, okay, well done. Okay, let's come this way. Come this way.
I want to see the
All
people
right, so
playing.
we come over here. We've got a swimming pool. We've got a swimming pool with a sign in the wonderful Planco. That's no bombing. All right. No running. And I think we can work out what this is. No tiddling. So let's have a look. There's no tiddlers in the queue, is there? There's no tiddlers. I don't think there's any tiddlers in the queue. No, I think we'll be all right. Appreciate the haircut. Same haircut. It's a good one. Like best haircut we got. And then if you play the game, if you are playing Planet Coaster, you get 15 minutes on the show floor, and I'll tell you more about that in a second.
Gosh.
You also get free ice cream.
Free ice cream.
Apologies, chat. There's a lot of dome in that shot.
I see people
so
riding
you get free ice
coasters.
cream.
How
So,
smooth is it?
You get a choice of flavors, which I will show you now. You get, what flavor have you gone for?
You only get 15 minutes. That's not a lot of time to show everything off.
I'm going to pretend I knew what that was, but yes, that sounds lovely. It's lovely there. But these are the flavors that you have. You can have raspberry, chocolate, or the OG
Raspberry.
vanilla, or you can mix it up, and they're all delicious. And you can have sprinkles. But I think, oh, hang on a minute. Who's this? Oh,
Gulpy.
it's Gulpy.
I have
We can be cuddled.
I have a picture with Gulpy.
It's Gulpy, the elusive Gulpy. We were looking for Gulpy earlier. Hello, you having a good time? We're going to rave up. We're going to rave up. I'm going to dance with Gulpy, yeah. Anyways, yeah. There we go. So there's the 3 flavors you can have. Chat, there's going to be a poll. You get to, in 2 minutes' time, where you get to pick, and I'll come back and I'll eat whatever it is you've suggested that I pick. Now, I think we've picked all 3 flavors, but I think someone, not saying it's producer Adam, but it was producer Adam, also suggested I eat nothing but a tub of sprinkles. So if you want that, you can vote for it. So there we go. So that's the ice cream you get to own there. I'm going to scooch past Gulpy. I love Gulpy. There's Gulpy, look. And then we have all of these screens where you can play Planet Coaster 2. So you get a 15-minute demo on Planet Coaster 2.
People riding coasters.
Where you can. There's some objectives to play through. You can build your own roller coasters. You can ride the roller coasters that they're doing there. And this is going all day, and it's been rammed all day. So
what I do
I
to
could talk
be
about it
playing
here
that right
and
now.
to make things easier. But actually, it's probably better if I spent some time with the wonderful Lisa.
I don't know if they're going to
from the
show any
development team,
gameplay today.
and we sat and we played through this.
At least
demo.
on the 28th they
So
will.
we're going to run that for you now, so you can actually see what.
Well, thank you very much, Future Arthur. I think we can agree that the stand does look amazing from here in the past. Do you not think, Lisa?
It's absolutely smashing, I'm sure.
And what a handsome man you are, Arthur. Carry on. Love the haircut. Right, so as you may have
All right, we're
noticed,
getting other
I'm
stuff.
here with the wonderful Lisa.
Maybe we are
Lisa, do
getting
you want to tell
blind
everybody
play.
at home who you are and what you do?
Yeah, of course. My name's Lisa Bowens, and I'm a principal pipeline artist here at Frontier, and I'm currently working on Planet Coaster 2.
Right, there we go. So surprise, surprise, we're going to be talking about Planet Coaster 2. So obviously we would have had a look around the stand, and we are you excited to be at Gamescom?
I'm so excited. Gamescom is arguably one of my favorite
Hopefully we get to see more
games
about
conventions, so it's so cool to be
games.
there now and to be able to show Planet Coaster 2 to everyone. It's great.
I think the great thing about Gamescom is watching our fans interact with something. It must be terrifying as well, but it's also fun to see them come away and be like, yeah, they enjoyed that. That was fun.
It's a bit like showing off your baby, but our community is always so nice
Yeah.
that it's really invigorating to be able to see people's reactions to it and see them play it. So even if it is a little bit scary, I'm always looking forward to it.
Cool. And obviously at Gamescom, I think we have like 16 PCs for our fans to come along and play the game. But one thing, obviously, we realise if you're not at Gamescom, you won't know what people are playing. So we thought we would grab 15 minutes of your time, because that's how long players
Let's
get at
go.
Gamescom. And we're going to play through the actual Gamescom demo.
Show
and there's some challenges
Coaster
to go
Builder.
through, but we'll just show you a part of the park. And then if we have time, I might set you a little challenge at the end if you're game for it. All right, okay. So let's jump into
And the
career demo
pathing.
that we've got.
One
on
more
the go.
pathing. Here's
and
the
then when it
menu.
loads up,
Oh, I love the
we'll have a
loading.
look around the park because we have put together quite a pretty park, I think.
It's lovely. It's
to start with.
absolutely gorgeous, yeah.
We'll look at the challenges, and then we will. What should let you?
I would love for them to post this
Use your
demo
creative
where
spark
we can
to
play
do
it.
whatever you
That
want
would be
to do.
awesome.
Exercise my
We could play it at home.
creativity.
Yeah. All right. So let's get cracking. So
I would love for them to make this demo available.
All right, so here we are. Bronze medal making a splash. So these are.
There is
what
a
we've got to
build
do
new
for the demo.
coaster
All looks
objective.
pretty simple, I think.
Looks
Lisa,
pretty
for-
straightforward, I think, yeah.
For some of your
Look at the
immense
animation,
talents.
the animated
I'm
piece
gonna
in the middle.
absolutely big up this whole
That's
way through
custom.
this.
You can add scenery
we've got to do
pieces
is
to
we've got
that
to
piece. I saw
build
that
that right.
piece
Yep.
in the
Open them.
Yep, we've got to
in the
build a
scenery.
coaster.
You can
We've got to
attach
build a new pool.
stuff to animated
build a new
pieces,
flume.
so you can make your custom
and then- okay.
animations.
And that's it.
And that's it. And then
Easy
after
peasy
that,
lemon
you can do
squeezy.
whatever you want.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
okay.
a dangerous proposition.
Build a new flume, so
Just
we
like
might
them, let's have
see
look
a good
at
amount
the
of stuff here.
shall we?
Let's go. I absolutely.
You've already
love
wasted a
it.
minute,
And
let's
also
go.
You get a first hint of our newest mascot, Queen Splash.
Yes, she's lurking in the park. So
We
I say lurking.
stand.
We do stand Queen Splash. Lurking's the wrong word. She's just out celebrating
Roller
somewhere.
coaster
She'll be in the park
Yeah.
somewhere. I'm sure she is. Oh, I think I see her over there. The park's just opening, obviously,
Oh, there she
because
is.
guests are coming in. Because the demo's just. Oh, and she's with
Oh,
King
they're
Coaster.
together. Wow.
There they are. Look very happy to be here.
Whee! she?
There she is, just
Amazing.
jumping around there. A wonderful new addition. I love the crown is the splash. I love that.
know, it's great. And it's nice because it's like old friends and new ones all
Yeah,
together.
it's really, really cool.
She's
There
very
you go.
cute.
All right,
She's
we're
very
already a minute and a half in. Let's go, guys.
No.
Queen
No.
Splash being very cute. And let's maybe...
I would
look
be
at the
already
objectives. Yeah.
building a
So we've
coaster
got
right
13
now.
minutes and 23
I
seconds
got
left
you,
to
better
the
get
top.
going.
So,
So, 2 new flat rides.
all right.
I'm actually a flat ride girly, if I'm honest.
Okay.
More so than
All right, we
coasters.
know there's
Coasters
only
I
like
tend to
8
go
flat
on
rides
more when I'm
available in
an
this
actual theme
build.
park, so,
Yeah.
and
there's
I
more
think
than that,
people may have
but
seen this if they've
in the
followed
final
any of
game,
our deep
but-
dive so far, but obviously you still have your old trusty flat
Build-
rides,
yeah.
but you also have a lot of blueprints now, and it's really,
Yes.
really exciting. So I'll do a bit of both. I'll
Yeah.
build both a standard ride, which you can decorate yourself, and I'll also build a blueprint. Because
Show that off.
I won't have the time to do justice
wanna
to
see
how
someone
much you can do with it. So I want
edit
to make sure
the-
that people
the
at
flat
home
ride.
get
Sure.
to see the extent of it. So first off, oh, it's always so hard to choose. I might choose the Forge just because I think it's a classic.
Okay. Ooh.
and
It's a classic. There's
it's
only
a
one in the
big
world of
boy,
it.
So we're gonna put it
Maybe
down.
classic
This
for
feels
Planet
like actually
Coaster.
quite a nice location.
There we go.
I don't want to
Let's-
bump it into
This is your artistic
King Coaster.
eyes coming out now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I just slap these down everywhere, but you're like, no, just put it down somewhere nice. So that's the entrance and exits, right? We'll put them
There we
down.
go. And
That's
another
important.
nice thing now is that obviously I have my thing on the path right away.
Yeah. So we can
it's
just
on the
test
plaza,
and open,
we can
right?
just test and open. So I'm gonna set this to testing.
Pretty cool how you
And
don't
if
even have to
played
have a queue.
Planet before, I think the Forge is an old favorite for a lot of people, so you may already know it. But if
I want to see you attach stuff to it.
So now Rich was quite timid about some of the rides here. Was this a ride you would go on, Lisa? Would this be for you?
I think this I would. I tend to not like inversions that much, so as long
Right.
as it doesn't go upside down, I'll usually give it a go.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah,
So
I can do roller coasters and stuff like this is fine. It's the ones that the straight drops. I can't.
Oh yeah,
no,
I'm
not a fan of those.
Evil,
I'm not a fan of those.
absolute evil. Yeah. If you love them though, I love that for you, bestie. Don't change. But yeah.
Attach
Okay,
stuff
I
to
think
it.
That's tested.
Let's
open
let's
it.
open it. Oh, okay, so it's good to go. As
Yeah,
simple as that.
that
Just
should
we plonked it
be-
down and it's good to go.
Woo! One of my
one
two
of two.
objectives. So now I get to do another one. So I'm just going to zoom out a little bit.
Oh, there's another circle up there.
Yeah. I might
That's not
just
my
put it
OCD coming
here.
through, by the way. It's just I saw it and I was like, oh, maybe.
Maybe. Now here's actually.
Oh, I wanna
something
see
I have
more
a bit
stuff
of
that
a
we haven't
personal,
seen yet.
thing with. Tiny Eye.
Yeah.
The Hawkeye among you may know this ride. And actually, when we first started working on Planet Coaster 2, I was a little bit sad about this ride because it used to be very themed. It had
Yeah.
all the pirate themes on it.
Oh yes,
And
I
when
remember
we,
that song.
Made it. It lost some of that because we wanted to make it so that people could do whatever they wanted
Yes.
to it.
Yeah.
And for a
The
long
whirly
while,
rig.
I didn't fix it.
It's now
Sorry,
bare
I don't know
bones.
about the Tiny Eye.
So you can theme it.
Have you seen the blueprints for this baby?
This, I think, when you put these side by side, this is just like, it just shows you. This is all done by adding scenery, right?
Yes.
So this is all what our players can do.
Yep.
Show us
however they
that
wanna do it. So that
process,
is exactly
though.
the same ride,
This
right?
is the exact same ride. So this is a resort-themed.
I like that
Tiny
they themed the
Eye,
booth,
which
too.
has been handcrafted very lovingly by our artists, and it's just look at that. How can I be upset at that?
I mean, you can't. In
I
fairness, you
can't.
can't. and the other thing, this shows just a tiny part of what I'm sure you can't wait to see our community will do with all the pieces.
Yeah.
Can't
of
wait
the
to
theme
see what the
sets, of
community
which we
does.
announce
They're
all
gonna
of them.
eat this up.
And it's going to be great because the thing that always surprises us the most is we build this game and we think they're going to be doing this and this and that.
They haven't
and we
announced a
give
release
them-
date
And then the
yet.
community gets it in their hands and they create the most
we don't know, but I'm gonna say
insane,
sometime in
amazing
November.
things that we would never have dreamed up ourselves. And I can't wait to see what they do with the rides, especially
Oh.
Planet Coaster 2. There's so much that you can do with it that
Yeah.
I'm just like waiting.
Glad we're
that
getting
might
some
sneak into part
gameplay,
of the
but
challenge if we
hopefully
have
they show
time.
us
I
some
might
more.
ask you to do.
Yeah.
I mean, but the
They
good thing
should
about
hurry
this,
up.
all of these parts here are parts you can just add on. And
Under
you can
10
add
minutes left,
moving
come
parts
on.
and moving parts of the ride
Yes,
as well, which is
exactly.
insane. Like I was watching it earlier on, I was like, and you can scale them and.
I'll
Anyway,
pop it
anyway.
into
Give us
testing
more.
so they can
Yes.
see.
Like,
But
yes.
yeah, you
Fun.
can. Everything moves along with the ride when you've placed
Let's-
it,
let's
so
go.
it's absolutely stunning.
It's very, very cool. And again,
Yeah.
I
This is
can't
stuff
wait
we
to see
already
what
know. I
players
wanna
do
see
with their
new
imagination.
stuff.
Oh, hang on, yeah, the
And
music.
No.
For the aficionados among you, I can confirm the original music is still available.
Let's
So
go!
you can find it in the music menu and.
The whirly rig
Don't
music's
worry,
still in there.
It's there.
Tiny Eye is still the same in spirit, except
She lives on.
improved.
She lives on. She lives on forever.
Exactly.
Tiny Eye forever. All right.
Oh, I
So,
should open her.
yes,
Sorry.
and that
There we
should.
go.
That should. Ta-da! Right. Okay. So
Build
now
the
we've got to
coaster.
build a coaster.
Yay.
Now, we are rushing through this, by the way, chat. So I'm sure when you get your mitts on Planet Coaster 2,
Yeah.
you'll be spending your time popping down your rides where you want to put them down, your pathing, which we haven't even talked about. I mean, we've shown some of pathing.
Yeah.
Don't
You
do
guys
a
are nuts
blueprint.
for pathing, and there's a
Don't
lot
do a
that
blueprint.
to do with pathing, but more later.
No blueprint.
But we're going to pop down a coaster.
Oh, come on.
I'm going to
And
choose this one.
you can
Build
see all the
one
way
from
adjusting stuff, which is
scratch. That's what we
cool.
wanna
And
see.
Also, the eagle-eyed amongst you would have noticed, you guys have added the queue and pathing into this blueprint,
Yes,
right?
this isn't
Yes,
new
exactly.
information.
So it's a really nice way to set up your park quick if, like me, you are doing a quick demo in 15 minutes and you need to get a ride out. It's wonderful because they've also been themed. So if I just place this down here,
You can place it
can
over
see
the
that
path,
I
though.
have an entire ride entrance and everything, and I have.
You've already
a little
shown
path
this exact
from the
coaster
right.
already.
So if I just go to the path menu, I can just click and click and click,
And it's done.
and it's
You can
done.
just pop into test, and I guess it's...
Wahoo! Yeah, I should test this one.
Does this... I know the flume rides do. Do these also have the little... Not crash test dummies in them. Do these have them in? Because the flume rides make me laugh. The little blue board. These do. Yeah, there you go. There they are.
We
Those
will,
are
we
friends.
will show off the flume ones later.
Yeah, there they go.
For reasons.
For
They look
reasons.
slightly, maybe different to
Yeah.
what you might be used to. But yeah, there we go, and that's
Come
all
on,
set.
guys.
So literally that coaster was click,
Show me
click.
something
Click,
more.
click, done.
And in
yes.
fairness, you could have literally stuck that straight to the path and not even had to
yeah,
add the path
it
as
would
well,
have just
right?
auto connected to the
Show us
plaza.
something
And it's a
new.
great option for people who don't want to build a coaster entirely from scratch,
Yeah.
or for people who
Come
want
on.
to build one and then edit it.
I feel like
If you
they're
like
trying
that's
to
more
make
of
us
your
wait till the
style, you can, of
28th
course, go in,
before we
edit
get
the
to see
coaster the way
anything
you
else.
want, change the colors, the customization, or add stuff to it as
Yeah.
you desire.
Yep.
It's nice to have that option and be able to do that.
I mean, I'll be honest, the first thing I did when I got hands on with this demo was plonk down all 3 of the rides, or the 4 of the coasters,
look
and,
at all of
just
them.
rode them. Oh, because you can ride them, right?
You can ride them.
There we go.
On-ride
You can
camera?
ride the coasters. And this would include any of the customization stuff that you put
that
on and
looks
all that
smoother.
sort of
Of
stuff you'll
course,
see.
yeah, yeah,
So there we go. So I'm just conscious I'm taking up your time. I'm done.
That was the seat view as well.
Having too
But
much
And this is a
fun
poorly
in
made
15
coaster
minutes.
as well.
But that
So
brings our car back, so now I should be able to open it.
And objective complete.
Yay!
There we go. Right, so we've got 2 more objectives to complete.
Calm
I think we're doing
down.
all right. 6 minutes.
I can
So
do
now
it.
we need to
Chat.
build a pool.
A pool. I think this is probably
This is
what a
just
lot
the
of
same.
people
No,
were
it's
very,
not,
very
dude.
much looking forward to when they heard that Planet Coaster 2 was coming with a
this is
splash.
I mean,
way different from
Producer
the
Adam and I
original.
have done, well, at this point, we'd have done 7
If you're
unlocks
expecting
out
it to
of
look
every single
different,
unlock, with the
then I'm
exception of the last
sorry.
one, 'cause it actually had Planet Coaster 2 in it. Every single one was, please announce Planet
Stop
Coaster 2.
calling it
and
the same
please put
game.
Water Parks in it.
I
It's
know.
not
And we
even
were like,
close.
we know, and we're going to tell you, but we
There's
can't do
so
that.
And then
much
when we
more
saw the
new
comments,
stuff
it's
that
just
you can
like,
do.
Not yet.
Soon, soon.
Just not right now.
Yeah, soon.
So
Right.
here I'm in the pool tools menu. Let me
Oh,
go
pool
back
tools.
a second. We do also, of course, have blueprints again. So if you prefer
Don't
to
do
pop down a
blueprints.
blueprint, by all
No
means.
blueprints.
The thing I really like about the pools is that we have these stamps.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So
Something
can
new.
Use these to get a general.
You can
idea
kind of
of what
see how
your
they work a little bit.
And there's all
look
the stuff,
like.
there's the snapping, there's
There's
the depth,
loads,
there's
yeah.
the
So you
scale
can
of it.
have a swimming,
So it's
shallow,
kinda similar
the
to the
wading.
pathing
For
tool.
this, we have a lot
What
of
is the
things.
paintbrush? I want to know what the
Swimming
paintbrush
stones.
is.
I'm gonna do that.
Can you literally
And
paint
once
it?
you stamp it, boom, you've got a pool.
As quick as that.
It's just so quick. There are also ways for you to draw it more specifically.
There's no
and
switch
then
tracks
change
in
it
this
up to
demo.
what
I
you
know
want,
that, but there are
for the purposes of this
turntables.
demo,
I think
we
it
have
depends on the
Things,
coaster
look at all the
type.
things.
things.
So there we go. People can get in, get out now. And we put
Yeah.
in a lifeguard thing, right, somewhere? I'd have thought.
No,
No
safety.
lifeguard. Safe, no
This is
safe.
the
don't
very
worry.
basic stuff that
Yeah, so you have a bunch of stuff
I would
that you
kind of
can put
expect
down,
how it works.
and sun loungers as well, and you also
Sure.
have jets to put in the water.
So
I've
this is
only
really
got
good for your
4.5
lazy rivers, right,
minutes,
to keep
but
people moving
yes,
along. Right,
exactly.
okay, yeah,
So
yeah.
there's lots of different ways that you can use pools, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
super
it's
cool.
definitely
Also,
not the
I
same
love
game, guys.
This. This
Like,
is what do you call it?
This
Inflatable.
one?
Yeah, the
It
ice
runs
body.
so
Just
much
the
better,
design of it. I just
and
love
you
how
can
much
put those
thought
in
went
the
into
pool.
it.
I
Also
love
the
the
donut, yeah, with
because
the
the
bite out
donut
of it.
has a little.
they got 4 minutes left.
Yeah, I love all this stuff.
Yeah.
Love all this stuff.
Now we did also have to, if I'm not mistaken.
You're developers. You don't have to do just 15.
Oh yes.
You can do longer.
Uh,
I think Adam was adamant.
15
in the-
minutes
in
is
the big
nothing
time
in
that
Planet
changing was
Coaster.
the most important part of the park. I think Rich disagreed, but you know we do need these in order for.
Engine
you
rooms,
need them
yeah.
because else the guests will
Sure.
not be able
You
to
put them
get
in the
to
pool?
So I'm just gonna put it right here for easy access. There we go. Beep.
There we go.
There we go. And of course you can decorate the
Stop
site just like
yapping.
any
If
of our
you
other
don't want
facilities,
my
you can
reaction,
do all the
Yeah.
stuff.
go watch the
And,
stream yourself.
that should
This is a reaction.
clear the objective.
I'm not gonna start
Yeah,
this
it's done.
again like
So now
last
we need to
stream.
build a flume.
Ah, this is probably. Also
You don't
one
have
of
to
the
be
more
here.
exciting
This is a reaction. If you want to watch it with no interruptions,
You know what?
go
Until I
watch
worked
the
on
stream
Coaster, I had no
itself.
idea that this was a
Yeah,
thing.
I've been to water
It's not much of a reaction if I'm just sitting here not doing anything.
And even I've never seen anything like this.
know.
Nothing like this that I've seen. But yeah,
Well, that should fit.
that should fit. That'll do. I mean, it doesn't have to be precise. You've only got 3
Well,
minutes.
we already knew they were going to use
exactly.
this park because this is the
Test
demo
it.
park for
There
Gamescom.
you go.
There they go.
This
There's
is
the little guys, and off they go. Into this is a Venus fire trap. And again,
Very
all
cool,
this
we've
stuff
already
you can
seen this,
customise.
though.
You can change the colours and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
So in the 2 minutes you've got, and
Yes.
whilst I talk to you about all this sort of stuff, do you want to find them flat rides? I think the tiny eye you popped down, didn't you?
Yeah.
Do you want to add some bits to it just as we go along?
Yes.
As much as you
Oh,
can
but
do.
it's right next to the fancy one. So how about I edit the
Edit-
forge instead?
Edit the forge instead. There we go. And the other thing to remember here, we looked at blueprints
Original
and stuff
stream.
like that.
Well, you didn't give any
These will be
context.
stuff that players will
When
have to
people
add
say
into the
stop
workshop
yapping
and
in
other
chat,
players will have
you're
to
acting
share.
like
This is one of the
me,
things that
so.
I forgot to do when I was playing the original.
You gotta
Gamecom,
add
is I would
context.
spend forever trying to make something. And
There's
I
no
just wasn't
context.
as good at making coasters as obviously some of the community were, and I forgot about the workshop. And obviously this now allows players to combine all the rides into a workshop,
Yes.
find something you want, grab it from the workshop, stick it in your park, and just use it, right?
Yeah.
Whilst we're here at Gamescom, players
All right,
will,
you got less than
I'm
2
sure,
minutes.
throwing down rides as fast as they can do, and do what we're doing, and maybe
Yes.
having a bit of customization stuff. But it's not just about throwing down rides. Obviously, there's a lot of management side to this. Obviously, there's power. You have to look at the power aspect to all your rides, and also weather. Which
trying
is,
so
we
hard
won't
to
go
get
too much
something,
detail
like,
now, but obviously,
attached
if it
to
gets very,
this
very hot,
ride.
people with my haircut will suffer quite badly in the sun. So you have to make sure that there is space for them in the shade. So yeah, so there's lots more outside of just.
Place it
making
on a
your
moving
park
piece, though.
Exciting and pretty, which is very, very important to me. But
Yes.
also there is the stuff you want it to make money, you want it to be profitable, etc.
Put it on a
I
moving
mean, you're
piece.
flying
There
through
you
adding
go.
stuff on here, but
Oh,
you can just show how quick and easy it is to
Yeah,
customize these
exactly.
rides however you want. And again, this is only using, I don't know, some of the themes that will be released with Planet Coaster 2 later this year. So yeah, here we go. Can we change the pattern on the ride as well?
You most certainly can.
I thought you were setting fire to people then. That would have been. That's not what we're about. You're adding fire to it.
Yeah, under a minute. We're not gonna see anything.
First you were
new.
lifeguards,
Yeah.
now you're setting fire to people. Lisa, I thought you were a nice person, but obviously you're not.
You were mistaken. Yes, there's loads of different ways to change the colors, so you can really do. I quite like a blue and purple thing, so maybe
Okay.
I'll just go for.
Oh, yeah, they're really good at keeping things secret, but now that people
Yeah,
have
that's
played the
good.
game,
That's nice.
it's all gonna be out
And then,
anyways.
yeah, if
You know what
wanna
I'm
change
saying?
The pattern, so there's a variety of patterns that you can apply to the ride. Since we're in the aquatic bit, I think I will use.
Sorry, like,
Oh,
sorry for
bubbles.
getting a little upset. Like, I had someone last time that was getting mad that I was talking over the stream.
Bubbles.
Bubbles.
I don't want to pressure you. or
On a
anything,
reaction
but
video.
You've got 15 seconds left in this
I know,
demo.
I'm
However,
going.
there is no pressure because
And
you
they
have
said the
actually
exact
completed
same words,
all
"Stop
of the
yapping."
Tasks. Should we have a little quick?
I
zoom
mean to
out in 9
explode,
seconds?
but
Oh,
add
there's our
context
little
to you.
park. And we've hardly
Gotta
touched
add
it. We've
context,
hardly
or I'm
touched
not
the
sure
park.
what you're
I
talking
know.
So
about.
much to see and
I
look
just-
at. to
makes
go
me
on.
assume you're
And
talking
that's
about
the
me
demo
talking
that
over the
should come up.
stream.
Da-da-da. Thanks for playing. Right, Lisa, thank you so much for running through the Planet Coaster
I
2
did
demo
see an
here
art
at
shape,
Gamescom.
yes. I think we're getting art shapes.
I can't wait to see players get hold of this. I think everyone's going to find it really, really intuitive. Watching you play it.
That was a little
just
disappointing.
this is just, we're literally scratching the
We
surface.
saw a little bit of the pool builder, but that's it.
Okay, that wraps up your 15 minutes.
Shouldn't tell
this
us
is weird
much.
because we are actually at Gamescom, although this is actually at Frontier Towers. So if you are coming to Gamescom and you have somehow watched
there's
this,
more.
we are on the stand somewhere. Come and say hello to us. Maybe pick up a pin badge because we've got them to give out.
Yes.
Gosh, that didn't
This
show
would be
off
great.
anything.
Lisa, thanks for coming along, and I
so
will see
disappointed
you
with that.
at the ice cream part of the stand. It says some ice cream.
I'm sure we'll
Go get
probably
some
get
ice cream.
more on the
Back to
28th. They'll
me
probably
in
give us the new
future
deep
with
dive.
Ice cream.
Just show us it. Show us. All right, now it's frozen. Welcome back to the booth. Let's see what these people are doing. That's what I want to see.
Welcome back, and thank you very much, Arthur, from the past. You are yourself a very handsome man. So welcome back. We are a very special
somewhere in
Unlocked
Germany.
Extra live from Cologne, Gamescom. Hello,
Where it's
everyone.
at.
It's just in the queue now, wondering why I've started talking to them. But we are now live on the Planet
We're in
Coaster
Germany.
2 booth. Planet Coaster, the sequel to the critically acclaimed Planet Coaster, which came out a good few years ago now. Harry's staring at me. I'm going
8
to
years.
say it's more than 5, less than 10. In there somewhere, chat. You tell me the answer.
8.
But it's coming out later this year, combining roller coasters and water parks, and loads of creative tweaks and goodness inside it. Now, before we left, before we went on, had a run through the Gamescom demo with the wonderful Lisa. I showed you the ice cream that we had on offer here if you played the game, and gave you wonderful people in chat the option to choose what I could eat. And I've seen the results of the poll, chat. But before we go and I eat what you've told me to eat, I'm going to show you what I probably should have been eating. So I could have had raspberry. Delicious, refreshing raspberry. And it's very nice. I could have had, it's plain, but it's a classic vanilla. I could have had that. But you chose not to have that. I could have had chocolate. Could have had chocolate, chat. A man of my size is no stranger to chocolate. Would have loved that. But no, chat. What you've asked me to eat... What you've asked me to eat is a whole tub of sprinkles. Now, this is going to go one or two ways here, because the only way I can eat this is to try and shot as much of this as possible. And I'm only going to do it once, and I'm hoping that it doesn't choke me to death, and I don't breach any terms and conditions. But it is a lovely themed Gelato Bros cup. So if I do die, I die on brand. And that's important to me, very important
I'm waiting
to me.
just in case there's more.
Everyone in chat that
So
voted for this, it's on you.
I'm gonna wait around just a little bit longer. I'd eat a whole thing of sprinkles. Atrocious. I've seen much worse. They're gonna show everything off on the 28th, probably. That's my assumption, is that we're gonna see a lot, like the next deep dive and everything on the 28th. Show what these people are doing behind you. I want to see that.
Decision.
Maybe we'll go up and take a view of what they're doing.
I'm sorry, chat, but I'm also not sorry. You made this happen. So whilst I try and recover from this massive sugar rush, making a trailer and making key art, oh my lord, it's an underrated skill. Don't do that, ever. And we thought it was important that we spoke to some of our people in our creative department about how they went about making the incredible trailer you've seen.
Calm down, guys. Calm down. Don't be hateful.
And also the wonderful key art, which is adorning the walls. So whilst I try and recover...
Y'all are just so impatient. I am too, trust me, I am too. I want to see everything as well. But it's a marketing thing, they gotta keep us talking about the game.
Better for me, but I have to stare at the camera for 10 seconds because there's a weird delay.
Yeah, remember, it's all marketing.
Is me staring at the
That's how
camera for 10
marketing
seconds.
works. They keep you talking about the game.
The asset.
Whether it's negative, where you're impatient to see
Not
stuff.
only are you seeing the trailer come to life,
Oh, we're seeing more.
but you're also seeing the game come to life parallel to this.
Getting the chance to say, look, I've worked
Getting
on
more
it.
stuff.
This is
There's
some
more.
of my work that you're seeing to reveal this game. It's an immensely exciting position to be in.
Hold on.
Hello, I'm Melissa Cox, and I'm a capture artist here at Frontier Developments.
I'm Rich Hudson. I'm a capture artist here at Frontier, and I've
There's
been working
more.
on Planet Coaster 2.
We're involved in capturing the gameplay that you see in every trailer. In this case, with the announcement trailer, we did a portion of gameplay that followed our cinematic, and that was basically where my involvement comes in.
There was a lot of
That's cool.
consideration with how we were going to reveal this game, because we knew that this cinematic was going to be that literal first look at the game and how.
Oh,
we were
that's
gonna
cool. They have like a little
pace
storyboard
ourselves
for
with
how
we're
the
gonna drop those big beats
trailer is.
about Planet Coaster 2.
That's
We
awesome.
were presented with a very unique challenge.
I like seeing
We
this.
had
This
to
is
show
cool.
roller coasters and water parks together, and we were wondering, well, how do we do this?
We opened with the bottom of the drop track, and the camera moved up, and it was almost kind of very, this is normal Planet Coaster. We're seeing a coaster track, so people know what they're going to get into. We get to see emotions and experiences from the characters themselves, and then we get that hard cut to Matey in his swim shorts, and that's that moment when, you know, for me, when I'm devising this idea, thinking this is the moment that people are going to completely lose it when they realize
was a cool
that,
idea
yes,
to do
we're
the
putting
drop
water parks
door
in the game.
With the announcement
the
trailer, we really wanted to
dive
dive
coaster.
into celebrating that Planet Coaster 2 is finally arriving, and it'll soon be in your hands.
Not only did we reveal our announced trailer, on the same day we also revealed our amazing key art. Hello, my name is Nakshatra Soni, and I'm the marketing artist at Frontier. Basically, a key art is a
I love
static
the art.
trailer. It's like one image that unfolds itself as the viewer looks at it. The idea was to start with some element that reminds people of the old game, but is also a new element in its own, and that was Queen Splash for us. But then we immediately wanted them to focus on the water park and the roller coaster together. So how we planned it is quite exciting.
Not
because,
just water parks, roller coaster as well.
This water line, which you see in front of the camera. However, it's so close to the camera. That's the second thing you see because Queen Splash takes so much attention. And the third thing you see is the red coaster going on the side. Planet Coaster 2 key art was probably one of the hardest artworks, hardest to make artworks that I've ever made. When you think of a theme park, there is so much to show. It's very easy to get carried away and make an artwork that is overwhelming, because when an artwork becomes overwhelming with information, it's hard to read, and if it's hard to read, it's not memorable.
Because this is an announcement
this is
trailer,
better than
it's
Sprinkles.
a very important beat. It's the first time players are
That
going
was
to have a
just
look
filler.
at this game, and so we want to be really considerate with what we put into the game, specifically what we want to show at this stage.
From there, we'll jump into game. We'll start having a look at the features ourselves, because up to this point, we've not had hands-on with the title yet. We'll see what
There's a little
stuff
bit of
works the
gameplay,
best, what we can best
scaling.
convey in a trailer.
I mean, it's not
And from
much,
there,
but
we'll take
I'm taking
the bits from
everything.
Publishing, we'll take the bits and pieces that we've discovered in our own testing, and we'll start producing a script from there.
We do this by looking at real-life inspiration. We look at real-life theme parks.
Y'all
water
are hating the
parks,
marketing because
roller
they're not
coasters.
showing
We
everything
watch
off. That's what
camera
you're angry
POVs
about.
of these roller coasters and seeing how they go around, bend the corners.
But
when
that's
they're
the genius
rolling.
behind the
What is-
marketing,
you know, You're
guys.
seeing at every possible angle as well.
That they're
A
being
park
so
is a very
secretive.
carefully
That is the
curated
genius
space,
behind the marketing,
and it
is that
done
you're
with
gonna
the
keep
storyboard in
talking
mind.
about it.
It's always done fit for purpose, so we know at every angle this is what we're looking at.
The exact
Everything
thing
is
you're doing
carefully
right now
considered.
is the
All you
whole
see in the
idea.
announced trailer from the cinematic park to
That
the
you're
actual park
upset that they
contains
haven't
the
shown off
gameplay.
everything.
These were all built in-game, using in-game assets.
For us, it was just look at how excited we are about getting.
That's
to,
how
to
marketing
produce
works.
A game like this, and look at how much
They build that hype.
fun you can have, how happy it is, and you know how much you want to go on holiday now,
Like,
having seen it.
the mystery
That's
of what's going to be in
something
the
that I always
game
think works really well in a trailer.
really keeps you talking about it.
Seeing everybody react to the reveal, obviously it was very exciting to see that, you know, this was what people were asking for, and seeing everyone in the chat going, yes, this is exactly what we wanted. But also there was just an element of such relief that we've been sitting on this for so long, and finally getting the chance to talk about
I couldn't
it
keep that secret.
talk about our involvement and get excited with everybody.
I was really grateful for the response that we got from the audience. It felt like our hard work really paid off.
When you see your work in a trailer going live, and you're also seeing people comment on your work, it's just, you just well up with pride.
You guys did a
you
great
know?
job on
We
that
wanna
trailer.
sit
I
and
will
take
say
the
that.
biggest love and care for every shot we put in. Every shot was
Amazing.
carefully considered, carefully curated. We want to put in little teasers in the background, so if you're pausing that trailer, you can look in and see maybe a couple of surprises in the background, or see more content that
It's
maybe
making
you're
people
not
mad.
seeing close
No,
to the camera.
it's not really.
All of
That's
that
the
is so
point.
thought out, and we
You're
really
mad
want
'cause you're
people to enjoy
impatient.
that moment.
The journey of working on Planet Coaster 2 has continuously taken me
Like,
back
yes,
to my
I'm
childhood.
annoyed that I
This is
haven't
the
seen
specialty
everything.
and magic of these games.
Planet
But it just
Coaster is
builds
one of
up
those
more
games
for
that
me
you can
to look
do
forward to.
anything with, and that's awesome.
Just to be
You know,
angry
you got
at
an
Frontier
idea,
about
you can
it.
Try it out. You want to build something.
We're still getting the
extravagant,
game, guys.
You can, and that's the beauty of the game.
What's sloppy about it, though? Just because you're impatient that you haven't seen everything yet? They're not going to dump everything. I mean, yeah, I'm disappointed I haven't seen much yet today, but...
I don't know who's measuring time. Oh, well, this is cozy, isn't it? So,
But I'm
I
still
thought I'd
just
grab
as
you,
excited for the game as I was
away
before the
from all
stream.
the hustle and bustle of the crowds, and bring you into this. Well, we'll explain what this room is in a moment, just so I can have a chat with you about the game.
Yeah.
And Gamescom, and how you're enjoying it. So, for people that don't know who you are,
Oh, that's cool.
Can you say hello? Well, here he is. Did you get lost? Can you say hello?
I
and
want
tell everyone who you
to
are.
green screen photo and video.
I am the senior executive producer at Frontier.
Yeah, I know
with
that
the
guy.
great privilege of working on Planet Coaster 2.
There we go. So you're here for the long haul. You're doing you're meeting loads of players and fans come along to the booth. How's it been seeing people the general public get hands on with your baby for the first time?
It's always wonderful to see players
Yeah,
playing
I'm
our
not sure if
games,
they'll let creators
in real-
record
in
or
real
not
life.
while they're there.
You spend all this time working on it, making sure you
We'll
think
have to wait and
it's sort
see.
of, you've got it right, and you're really confident in it, and then you put it out on the show floor, and you just hope that people want it. And so far, the reaction has been incredible.
I was going to say, I mean, I've been obviously hovering around the booth doing
I'm not gonna lie, I've been disappointed in the stream so far. Like, I'm not gonna lie about that, but I'm not like angry or super mad just because of that. Because I know this game's gonna be incredible, so
Yeah, exactly that. Not
I'm not just gonna be angry at a developing company
place a coaster
for
blueprint down. I go, yeah, it's a coaster
being so
blueprint, but actually
secretive.
it's showing so many new things within that one little bit. You know, coaster blueprints now.
They want to
have
wait
paths
till the
attached
deep
to them
dive.
if you want to.
Okay, they're not
And they've
gonna
got these lovely
fill a lot of
decorated
this
entrance gates as well.
until the
all
deep
been
dive
made using
gets
new
released.
themes and things. And
It'll probably be the 28th.
Yeah, it's just awesome seeing them use it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very
Like, I didn't know what
I mean,
we were
ice
gonna get
cream is
today.
helping.
I
He's
didn't
going, "No,
think
don't
we were
listen,
gonna get
don't
much,
do the
but
thing." I did the thing with
I was
it.
hoping to see a little bit more new
It's
stuff.
awful. I've still tasted it. So there's a lot to talk about on Planet Coaster, and obviously you were on the deep dive with Rich, and there's another deep dive coming out next
still
week on the
months.
28th. Where you talk
Oh,
about
they just
creativity.
confirmed
so
it there.
Too much of that, but for those who don't know
Deep
what
dive's
Planet
coming out on
Coaster
the
2
28th.
is, can you give us
Next deep
it's
dive.
a bit hard to do, but like a 10,000 foot view of the game, and maybe what's new for this game?
I've never heard the expression of a 10,000 view foot of the game, so that's a new one. I can give you the headlines.
That
Is
was
the
it. Probably a
28th.
better way of saying it.
Water parks combined with roller coaster parks. You can build your dream theme park now, combining them together. New pools, new flumes, lazy rivers. Your guests jump in. New management features as well. New creative tools. The new pathing system, which is going down an absolute.
We said this. You should have made Planet Path. They would have been happy with Planet Path. That's the next one. Spoilers. It's not. It's not.
And new brands, new themes. You can now customize your rides yourself, so you can use the themes and the scenery. And we've seen just with the artists in the office building these incredible rides and using the scenery, what they can create. You know,
I mean, when the fans get hold of it, I mean, it's
going to be incredible.
There's a couple of things there I want to touch on, because you and I are obviously on the show floor. I keep trying to say sales floor. It's not a sales floor. On the show floor, and even just before the show, someone came up and was really upset because they thought Cosmic Cow wasn't in the game. And it just shows you how attached they are to Planet Coaster. But the Cosmic Cow is returning.
Cosmic Cow's here. Yeah.
But a slew of others as well. Can you name some of the new ones?
I can name the ones I'm allowed to name, which is Bodhi.
We've trained him well, chat.
Bodhi is the new mascot
They're
for
being
resort
secretive
theme.
about mascots
we have
now?
the Diver, who is part of the new aquatic theme, and we also have Cigaro Kitaro, who is a giant cactus walking
Love the
around
cactus.
promoting Viva La Vegan, which is one of the new brands in the game, which come along with the shop as well.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on. So there's a lot of returning favourites, and also, I think you mentioned the Diver. The thing I liked about the Diver the most is his little creature on his diving suit, which most people are missing. But if you zoom in, so there's a little story behind this Diver, right? So do you want to tell us what it is?
Yeah, the Diver's looking for this long lost, creature. He's trying to find him. You'll see that he walks around the park.
Oh yeah, I think
every
it'll
now and again
definitely
he's trying
outsell
to
the
take
first game
photos
big
and catch
time.
this elusive creature, which actually just on his back. Every now and again he peeks over and sort of scuttles back again.
So it's that, I think it's that attention to detail that I think our fans love about this. There's a certain charm that goes with Planet Coaster, but also what's really
They have not
important is the
really
authenticity as well, right?
said
So
anything
all the
about
stuff that
release
you're
date
doing,
yet,
especially
no.
has all our charm, and we can be silly,
Maybe
but there's
on the 28th?
Authenticity's at the heart and soul
Maybe?
of it, right?
It really is. We're inspired by real life theme parks.
Or when
A
we
lot
get
of us go
closer,
to theme
probably.
Parks. I've just come back from Alton Towers, and I love going there as much as I can. And yeah, we want that. That plausible authenticity in the roller coasters, and that also then extends to the flumes. You'll notice how you construct them. It's piece by piece, but when you watch, you can see all the ribs and how it's all joined together, just like real life. So yeah, it's really important, and it's really focused in Planet Coaster 2.
And you mentioned the piece by piece stuff there, and obviously players can go into as much depth as they want to, creating their flumes and their rides. But what struck me the first time I played, and I'm very lucky and very privileged that I work with some wonderful teams at Frontier, that I get to see these sort of early builds. But what struck me straight
love
away
the new
was just how
pathing
you
tool.
made it
I
so
can't wait.
easy to just do things. So like we've touched on pathing, but like just
I want
putting a pool
to
in
try
and-
it myself.
and the different geometric shapes. You can draw a pool, right? Can you talk us through some of the stuff, how you've made it a bit easier for people?
Yeah, we've tried to. I think there's two things there. We've got lots of the options that people will be used to from Planet Coaster, you know, the in-depth settings and really being able to change the tool you're using to how you want to use it.
Wonder
But
if
at
they
the
have
same
any
time,
more
it's super easy, as you say.
videos
We've
to
got
show off.
stamp tools now for both path and pool, so you can just stamp down big geometric shapes for your paths, which create these lovely plazas.
Yeah.
You can draw
Switch
freehand,
tracks have not
create
been confirmed
custom
just yet,
shapes,
but we have
and that also goes
turntables.
across to the pools. You can stamp down geometric pools.
They haven't showed it off in this stream, but
and one
people
thing I'm
have
using a lot at the moment is the
shown
edge
it off
puller. So I can place down a path
already, so.
but then maybe I want to pull it out a little bit. I
So,
don't have to place new
I think it's
path,
going to
I
be
just grab the
very
edge and slide it out to sort of meet up
likely
with the-
we'll get some
with the
sort of
riders
switch
nearby
tracks
or
on some
something.
sort of
It's all
coaster
very
types.
slick, and it allows, I think, what allows players to do is be super creative, super quick, and not have to redo stuff. They can adjust it on the fly really, really easily. I mean, when we just watched the segment there with Lisa, and Lisa and I were just chatting, and the way she placed the pull down was super quick, and then made it like a shallow
What are you
pool or a
talking
wading
about?
pool, and it's all done at click, 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 and it's sort of done, and you can flick between and have a look and see what suits best. So, I mean, it is super easy, but also if you want to go into placing things individual piece by piece, you can do that, right? So we've left that all in there.
Yep, piece by piece is still there. It's kind of like an introduction. If you're perhaps not creative and actually you want to build coasters, or you know that's what you want, then you've still got the ability to build.
Yes,
these
it's
beautiful
probably
parts
going to
because
be
you
on
can use
certain
the
coasters that
blueprints,
make sense.
systems that we've got in. Flat rides can be blueprinted.
So for
now as
instance,
well,
switch
including
tracks will
the
probably be on like an
just the
Intamin
coasters
type
as well.
ride.
So it's an introduction if you want it, and then you can learn.
It's not going to be
and grow with
available
the
on
game
all the
and
coaster
start to really
types.
dig into the piece by piece,
I
which
don't
is
know why anyone
absolutely
would
still there.
expect
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I think the thing that I
Switch
find the
tracks have
most
not been
I have
confirmed.
fun with playing with my wife actually is I like doing all the
Turntables have.
experiential stuff. So I like creating scenes and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And you
Making
showed in the
switch
first
tracks
deep
more
dive,
likely.
And the first time I watched this and what we call a milestone video back home at Frontier Towers. When you showed the creativity about how you can just attach stuff to rides and how quickly you could attach to each of the cars individually, you could mirror it, and you can add it to all different cars and all that sort of stuff. And it's not just static pieces, right? You can attach moving pieces to rides, right?
Yes, you can. Yeah, absolutely. We have a selection of animated objects in the game. You know, all sort of set pieces. There's a submarine propeller and things like that. I can't say propeller properly. All my P's. But yes, you can absolutely attach them to coaster cars, and you can attach them to the moving objects of on flat rides and things. And we also have animated platforms as well, which the players here at Gamescom are starting to find and discover in the scene.
I told you.
So these are little objects that rotate
I called
in
that.
certain ways that you can select how they rotate, and then you can attach them to the flat ride and attach things to that as well. So it's nested animation.
Wheels
that
within
one.
wheels within wheels, right?
Yeah,
So it keeps going on. But yeah, look, I'm conscious of time because where we're sat, which I'm going to explain in a moment. It's a quiet area because this is our photo booth. Now I'm not sure if you can see this, but this is actually and it's a little bit wet.
Now,
Well,
they
we're
said
gonna
drop
find out in a
tracks are
minute,
confirmed, but
because
however,
this
I
is actually
feel
a
like
boat rock, which
there
is
was a
log flume.
miscommunication
And
there.
I believe if you look just about
But we'll
there,
see.
water comes out at some point.
I noticed they called.
There's the water. Is that it? There was.
I noticed they
think that's it.
called
Yeah, I think we're safe. I think
in
we're
that
safe.
video earlier,
So-
where the
Yeah, this
dive
is-
coaster
yeah,
dives,
we're
they
right,
called
we're
that a
safe.
drop
Last
track.
time, I got it right in the eyes. So I was kind of hoping. I was being a bit meaning because I asked you to point in there. I did, but it's
That's
fine.
the thing.
Look. Adam, I know you're busy. I know loads of people want to ask you loads of questions.
The
You've
only
got
thing
customers
that's been
asking
confirmed
questions,
is
players are asking
turntables.
questions. I'm asking you questions. Go out and enjoy what you've created. If you want to know more about Planet Coaster 2 coming later on this year on Xbox Series S and X, on PlayStation 5 and on PC, tune in to the actual Frontier Unlocked next Wednesday, the 28th. We'll be premiering Deep Dive 2.
Yay!
There's a lot to say there. Where you guys go into a lot about the creativity, right? And you'll see exactly what you can do. Until that time, do we have to stare awkwardly at the camera now? Do we?
I feel like
are
drop
we gonna do
tracks will be in
Naked
the
Gun
game,
where we
though.
just stare at the camera. We'll see you then.
Alright, it looks like that's probably going to be it, unfortunately, but a little bit disappointing. I think we'll get more on the 28th. That's when we're going to get all the juicy bits, when they release the deep dive. And the reason why they didn't show anything off here is because they want to wait for the deep dive in a few days. So thankfully we don't have to wait super long, and it's not until next Wednesday. So unfortunately, again, a little bit disappointing overall, but it doesn't change my hype for the game. So yeah, but we've already seen stuff coming out already. We've already seen a lot of stuff coming out about the game, and leaks and stuff. Not really leaks, but a few different things here. Let me see if anything else has been posted about some stuff. I know a lot of people are disappointed about the stream, but I think the actual unlock stream on the 28th is going to be the bigger deep dive. So we'll keep a lookout for that. I'll probably do my reaction to that as well. So, but keep up, just don't keep the negative thoughts out, guys. Playing a cash grab. You can think that, dude. You can think that. If you want to think that, that's fine. But it is not a cash grab. They are putting a lot of effort into making it. See, it's just, you guys are impatient. You guys want all of that stuff right away. You want all of, and trust me, so do I. So do I. I really want to know everything about the game too. Like, who doesn't? And I don't blame you guys for that. But to act like it's a cash grab, to act like it's bad marketing and stuff, no, it's not, guys. You're just upset that they haven't dropped everything. That's the problem. You guys are upset. And trust me, it's frustrating for me too. I want to know everything. I do. So I absolutely understand the reason why people are acting like this. I understand. But you've got to calm down a little bit. Trust me, I know it's hard because we're finally getting Planet Coaster 2. For years we were starting to think we weren't going to get this game in the first place, okay? So, I think I'm excited, but man, I know you guys are super excited. You guys want to know everything. Me too. And I think we're going to get a lot more on the 28th. I hope it's not as disappointing. I think they're going to show off the building tools, because that's what the second deep dive's about, is our creative tools that we have. That's what the deep dive's about. So I'd imagine we're going to get footage on the coaster builder, the flume builder, more of the path building, and stuff like that. That is what I'm expecting, because they're going to be going over all that. So yeah.
Somewhere, I'm sure.
I don't know if there's anything I can point out in this live stream that we didn't already know. The most I could see is the most revealing thing is when they were doing the pool builder, but it was kind of what I've already expected it to be for the pool builder. And they placed down the same coaster that we've already seen, so. But, anyways. And they are showing off tidbits to get people excited. They've already done that. And that's what they've been doing. But remember, I know you guys are worried because they're focusing a lot on water parks, but remember, that's the big marketing thing. You can't make everyone happy. People were clamoring that they have to add water parks. They have to add water parks. Well, they give you water parks, and now you guys are sick about hearing about water parks. They can't win. They can't win with this. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone wanted water parks so badly. It was the thing they had to add. They had to add water parks. Now that they're talking about water parks, you're worried because they're not talking about coasters. It's marketing, guys. It's marketing. It's the next big thing. It's what everyone kept asking for. So, yeah, they're going to market a lot of water park stuff. But everything they've already shown off for coaster-wise is... They've been working on coasters too. You can tell they've been working on coaster stuff as well. Because there's so many cool things. I mean, obviously we're getting turntables. We're getting stuff like that. Like, that's already been shown off. Or they didn't show it themselves. But we know that there's getting stuff like turntables. They're getting huge upgrades. So... But you know what I mean? You guys know what I mean, though. Like, now you guys are sick about seeing water parks. And understandably, I understand your guys' concern. I get it. But just trust me. It's marketing. the unbalance in their marketing. No, this is what they want to do because this is what everyone was wanting, was water parks. Well, you guys wanted water parks. We're giving you water parks, and we're going to talk about a lot of water park stuff. So it's us is the reason why the marketing is this way right now. And we are going to get more, guys. There are months to come. I'm sure they're going to have deep dives about coasters and stuff, but they got to get the water parks out of the way first because it's the big thing that everyone wants. It's the big thing everybody wants. I understand, though. You guys are worried about, since there's so much focus on water parks, that they're not going to focus on coasters, which is literally in the name. I get it. 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 I understand it. I certainly understand it. So I'm with you guys. Like, you guys that are worried, you guys that want to see more coaster stuff, that want to see more. I'm with you guys 100%. I understand, but we can't start getting hateful or angry about it. Okay? We got to be patient. And I know we don't want to be. I don't want to be patient either. This game comes out in a few months, guys. We're going to be able to see what everything this game has to offer in a few months. Keep that in mind. Like, everything. We're going to see everything in a few months. And I'm sure there's stuff that they didn't show off that we might not see until we're in game. That maybe didn't get attention and stuff, so. But, gotta be patient, guys. Patience is a huge thing right now. And trust me, I'm just as disappointed as you guys at this stream. I really am. I was hoping to see a little bit more. Or a lot more, actually. So, but I'm okay with it, because in 6 days, was it 6 days? Yeah, 6 days, we get to the next deep dive, and we're going to get a lot more. And I think it's going to be more so, again, showing off the builder itself, because that's what that deep dive is going to be. They didn't want to show anything off until they showed off the deep dive. And hopefully they might have a different build for the game in this next deep dive, and when they do more gameplay, hopefully they have a different build and it's not the same park now that Gamescom is going to be over at that point, because this is the Gamescom build. So yeah, we gotta wait about 6 more days before we get that deep dive. So we're gonna get deep dive number 2, which is going to be creative tools, which is what they've said it's going to be. So we've been confirmed now that that deep dive is coming out during that live stream. So I will definitely be showing that off live when we get that. So I'm excited. Yeah, so I was hoping for a little bit more on my birthday, since it's my birthday, you know, but let's see if we can see anything.
You've got a
As
pool.
quick as that.
It's just so quick.
So you can plop down. Let's go back to the tools here. It's very it's pretty much the pathing tool, but for pools. So you do have the draw tool. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe, so this is the stamp builder. You can start off with these shapes, and then they have kind of like the same different tools that we've seen, but we don't know exactly what they do. I'm still curious of what the paintbrush is. No one has shown the paintbrush. I'm curious if we can like choose a shape and just paint it in. Like, that's what I'm assuming what that paintbrush is, but that's what I'm thinking. So, edge type, path. Oh, so it like puts a path around it. I see that. Depth. So there is a depth option. So this is some of the stuff I want to point out. So we did get some stuff here. So we do have depth. So you can change the depth. Swimming means, I'm assuming, means it's nice and deep. So there is a depth option here where you can change the depth. And there is a customizable tool here. You can see like right here where you could probably change the textures and colors of the pool itself, which obviously is confirmed as well. We also have a few other things here. It basically is the same thing as the path tool, except it's for pools. So looks like RCT3. No, it looks a lot better than that, dude. Looks a lot better than that. I don't think they look bad. Or I don't think they look that bad. Plus, you gotta remember this is early build as well. It's only going to get better, so. I don't think they look that bad. Have you seen the shot, like, when they start to go underwater? Like, actually it looks pretty awesome. But we gotta remember, look at this, the word right here, work in progress. This is still a development build of the game, so we're still months away. So it's gonna only look better as we go along.
Once you stamp it, oh, you've got a pool.
As quick as that.
So we can edit all that.
So quick.
Just like we can with
Also ways
pads.
for you to draw it more specifically
Yep.
and change it up to what you want, but for the purposes of this demo.
So we can see a few things that we can add to the pools. We have like little floaties. I think those are lifeguard stands. Kind of hard to see because they're against a white background. And then we have little floaties that you can put in there as well. Some of the chairs, the diving boards.
Oh, and me having
Look
to
all
be
the things, look all the things.
things.
To me, this is what they revealed the most, and that's
So there we go. People can get in.
kind of the pool editor slightly.
Get out now. We probably
Yeah.
need a lifeguard.
They didn't
thing
show
or
us much,
somewhere.
though.
No, no
safety.
lifeguard. Safe, no
we
safety.
need-
The water in the terrain tool is another thing. We really hope they worked on the textures and optimization. I know in the last gameplay you could actually see a little bit of the water, and it looked pretty good. I was
Safety.
impressed.
Yeah, so you have a bunch of stuff that you can.
It
put
looked
down.
better than Planet Coaster 1.
And sun loungers as well, and we also have jets to put in the water.
Lazy River
So
Jet,
we've
did
got
you see
four
that?
Lazy rivers, right,
minutes
to keep people moving.
I did notice that when we first watched it. So yeah, because Lazy Rivers, the way it works, I think you just use this tool, and you can make the Lazy River however you want, and then you just add these jets here to add a current to it. So there is a Lazy River Jet. That's how Lazy Rivers work. I don't think it's its own separate thing, like some people are thinking. No, it's just the pool editor, and then you just add a jet to it. So it has a current. So I wonder if you can change the strength of the current. Because there's actually some really cool really cool Lazy River that I've been on that is super fast, and it was really, really cool actually.
Moving
Yes,
along, right?
exactly.
Okay, yeah.
So there's lots of different
That's
ways
cool.
that you can use pools.
So that's how Lazy Rivers are going to
Also,
work.
I love this. This is what do you call it?
This
Inflatable.
one?
Yeah, the ice lolly. Just the design of it. I just love how
I
much thought it's going
know.
to do.
I
Also,
love
the
the
donut.
donut,
Yeah,
'cause
with the
the
bite
donut
out of
has
it.
Now these are just
little-
scenery pieces, so like these actual pieces are available to buy for guests in a shop, and then they can actually interact with them and use them. These are just scenery pieces that sit still.
Has a little chunk out of it.
So obviously they're not going to animate like with the water, because that's not what these are. These are just scenery pieces that you can place down somewhere. So like if you want to place some like tubes on the side to make it look like, you know how Lazy Rivers actually have like tubes that you can use. Well, in game they have to buy them, but you can make it look like they can pick up a tube to go into like the Lazy River and stuff. So have they changed the physics for the water overall, or just the pools?
Yeah.
Again, it's a little bit too early to really discuss that too much. I think the pools look fine, or look great. And then as for the normal water, we haven't seen much of it, and I just saw a little glimpse of it in the background on the last
Love all this
gameplay.
stuff.
So,
Love all this stuff.
Now we
but it looks pretty good.
did also have to. If I'm
It
not
didn't look very physics-based, but that's... I think...
mistaken.
I don't think it really needs to be that crazy, but again, it's still an early build, so... But the texture itself looked fantastic. The textures looked great. Or like the way the water looked great.
Build a changing zone.
Oh yes.
So,
I think Adam was.
yeah, exactly.
We can test it.
So I want to go back to this when they place the water slide. I'm curious if it has to land into a pool, or if you can, or if it's like red, if it's not in a pool, or.
But
Oh yes, so the edge does have to be in a pool. You could see that it was red beforehand. Unless you have like a runway, that
No, I've
is
never
something
seen.
that's confirmed that I did discuss a little bit, that there is like a runway where you don't have to end it in a pool itself. I don't know if that's available on all of the slides. Hopefully so. That gives us a little more of those.
Nothing like this.
Oh.
Nothing like this that I've seen. But yeah,
Oh, that should fit.
that should fit. That'll do. I mean, it doesn't have to be precise. You've only got 3 minutes.
Yeah,
We can
exactly.
edit the forge instead. There we go. And the
So we saw a little bit of the attached scenery. They
Everything's in the
tried to
middle.
show off a little bit, but they didn't show off much.
to blueprints and stuff like that.
So when you customize it, you have to close the ride.
These will be stuff that players will be able to add.
I love how the guests actually make their own queue. If there's no queue line, they actually line up behind everybody, and it which makes me wonder, like, if you have a queue line, will they actually go out the queue onto the normal path, like in real life? So it looks like that might be the case.
The workshop, and other players will have to share. And this is one of
if you have a full queue and everything, and they might go outside the queue. So if I open up a brand new ride, it might be super busy.
I forgot to do when I was playing the original Planet Coaster, is I would spend forever trying to make something, and I just wasn't as good at making coasters as...
I wish they would have done more attaching to, like, the individual pieces. So I imagine you can attach to the arms, and you can attach to the carriages here.
I forgot about the workshop, and obviously this now allows players to combine all
those are the main parts that move on this ride, so I'd imagine those are the ones that you can kind of edit.
Stick it in your part, and just use it, right?
Yeah.
Can I add the wave generator from the wave pool to Lazy River to make a wild river rapids ride? I'm not sure how the wave pool works. It might be like a little wave. Let's see if we could see a wave pool piece. I think that's going to be these bottom pieces here. Those kind of look like little wave pool pieces that create waves. So I'd see why. I can't imagine why not. Why you wouldn't be able to. If that's the case, if you just plop them into a pool, because then you can just make your lazy river, and then you can add these into the lazy river. So I'd imagine you can do that. So, which is pretty nice. So yeah, nothing sticked out too much in this gameplay that we haven't seen already, unfortunately. So again, I'm just as disappointed as you guys when it came to that a little bit, but it's all right. I think we're gonna see more of the stuff we want to see on the 28th. So, and this right here, they confirmed this for me. This is huge for me, guys. I think this is bigger than what you guys think, and no one's talking about it for some reason. Is that there's animated pieces like this little piece that spins, and you can attach scenery to that. Like, these are separate pieces from this. They just attached it, and it moves with it, because you can attach scenery pieces to animated pieces, and it will animate stuff. So that opens up the doors for us to be able to animate different things. So, like, if I wanted to make my own some sort of animatronic, you know, that's edited with custom scenery pieces, I could do that. So this is going to be huge. I hope they have a lot of different pieces. Obviously, they have some spinning pieces like this.
And then, okay.
I think there's another little pole that just rotates as well that we've also seen in the gameplay, because I saw one with Queen Splash on it. The Queen Splash model here, the scenery piece. You get your hands on this game early. I want that. I don't know. I would love for them to post this demo where we can play this demo. That would be awesome. I wish the demo was available to everybody and not just people at Gamescom. I was hoping for maybe some sort of announcement today that maybe, just maybe, that they would throw this demo up on the Steam Workshop, or on Steam, and we can actually play the demo. That would be amazing, because obviously not everything that is in this game or in this build. So, and I'd imagine, could you imagine if it only gave us 15 minutes at a time? that would suck, and you can't save anything. They've definitely worked on their natural water textures. Yeah, it was definitely, like, if you saw in the background, they definitely worked on the textures. The physics weren't there yet, but again, it could be better later on. So, but you can kind of see a little bit of the water right here, actually.
And then after that, you can do whatever you want.
Just kind of looking at it. It's just now that I remember, I was like, there's water right here.
Let's hide them and let's have a look at the park, shall we?
It almost looks like kind of like Path, but I'm not sure.
I absolutely adore this park, and also you get a first hint.
Will run on my PC. It's definitely gonna be better optimized. I was actually playing some Planet Zoo yesterday, and Planet Zoo is so much more optimized than Planet Coaster 1 overall, which is amazing. So, but for those, even though we didn't get much here, I'm happy that I got a little bit revealed to me through the people playing the game, because there's people obviously playing the game, but we did get a lot revealed from that. If you've been in some of the Discord servers, you can see that some stuff got revealed a little bit here. So let's take a look here. Let's see if anything else has been posted. Mostly people complaining about those most people are just kind of disappointed. All right, so Rudy has posted a video, and let's take a look at that. Should we look at Rudy's video? So shout out to Rudy Rankamel.
Hey everyone.
We should take a look at his video. This is probably the last thing I'll do for the stream, because he actually got to play the game, and I feel like he's going to share with us. Oh, it's 31 minutes long. You guys got a minute? You guys got a minute? All right, this might be more revealing than what we just saw. I think it will be, because it's Rudy. So, and he got to play the game at Gamescom. So let's see what he has to say here.
And welcome to a super exclusive Planet Coaster 2 video. I actually played a lot of...
Let me post the link for you guys if you guys want to check out his video with me. So I'm excited to hear what Rudy has to say here. So go ahead and check out the video if you haven't already. Looks like he just posted this pretty recently, so...
of it at Gamescom this year, and I will go you through 12 topics to give you all the new stuff you want to hear. We are starting with my overall impressions, go over to pathing, talk about the engine briefly, about the guest, rides, the coaster and coaster builder itself. Stuff
okay, so we got to use the coaster builder.
Then we are talking about the weather and...
Oh, he's talking about Switch tracks.
Seasons. I have
weather
some
and
surprises
seasons
for you.
Surprises.
Then we'll talk about slides and pools.
I'm excited for this.
And
I'm more excited about this now than I was for what we just got. So
finally, about some left out stuff.
Volume up a bit.
Speaking of left out stuff, you may notice that there is no footage in the background. This is because Frontier decided to not allow any more footage from Gamescom. This kind of went over the top yesterday, so no bad blood. Actually, it was fine for me to stream for a moment, but we decided and agreed to not show anything. So there is stuff out there, but I'm intentionally not showing it because I agreed with Frontier to not do it, and there will soon be official stuff out there. So we do a little bit of trust me, bro, okay? But as you most of you have been doing the live stream, you know that this is legit. So let's start with the overall impression I had, and I will put some booth images and stuff in this video, so you actually have the feeling to be at Gamescom. Now, the game ran very smoothly, very nice, more smooth than I've ever experienced any Planet game run. It was super well optimized for this intention, and also the quality of life updates they've done with some shortcuts and, you know, placing down objects and so on, they worked very, very nice. You can't put that in specific points. You have to play a game to understand if it's well working, and it does. And so this is a big point for a lot of people, performance and so on. And yes, it was great. I actually don't know the system it was running on. It was on PC, but I don't know how beefy the computer was, so I can't really tell you, but it was really good. So that's a pretty good point. Now let's quickly talk about pathing. We all have been blown away by it, and now actually using it myself, oh my god. This video should not go crazy, so let me just tell you, it is all our dreams come true. There is legit nothing you can't do. And I want to speak about one thing we haven't seen, and I tested a lot about, and this is raised paths. So first things first, which a lot of you will love to hear, stairs are an actual feature. You can actually do stairs. So the stairs you see with the, you know, in the trailer and also everywhere, they are path elements. You can choose to do actual stairs. But next to stairs, you can also do raised and lowered kind of inclines and ramps. And this is very nice because now you can seamlessly do them by just holding down shift and then drag your mouse up and down. You'll do a wonderful slope, and because there is no length limit anymore, you can basically drag it as long and wide and short as you want to. The shorter you get.
So in Planet Coaster 1, you have like 2 set pieces. You can do the stairs or you can do like a gentle slope. No, now we can actually go anywhere we want with the slope and stairs. Like that's what I'm excited for as well. So like you can't, it's not just this. No, you can make it as long as you want. You can make it like You do everything with it.
It still becomes an actual staircase, and the wider you get, it becomes a wonderful slope. And you can do this with terrain, follow the terrain, and then the terrain will actually follow, which is, again, super, super nice. Honestly, everything I tried with the stamp tool, with putting things into the path, you cannot imagine. And last but not least, they actually implemented smoothing paths as an actual feature. We do have a smooth option for pathing.
A smooth option for pathing.
That's exactly what we always did with our cheat code. So you can feel that there are tiny leftovers from the old pathing, but honestly, it's just more like a little, you know, nice notch to the old one. It's completely reworked. It feels incredibly stable. You know, whether it's raised or not, you can also do.
Here's the thing. Rudy's going to talk about the stuff we want to hear because he's one of us. So he's gonna, since he got to play the game, he's going to share all this stuff with us. So I'm very excited. So far, very, very cool.
Plazas on a raised area, and you can also get rid of the curb later on. It was grayed out option, but there is an option.
But again, I think we're going to get a lot of this info on the 28th as well, though. So we might see it in action on the 28th. So yes, he's giving out more info and everything, but he's not allowed to show anything, but he can talk about it. So this is 100% legit too, because it's coming from someone that actually played it at Gamescom.
To get rid of the curbs, and you know, you can mix and match all the different railings with every pattern, with every curb, which is again super nice. And you can.
That's huge right there. So like, you know how we had your railings and stuff? You can mix and match which railings you want to use. You don't have to. It's not set to just one texture. That's huge. Like, this is crazy, guys. For everyone calling this like the same game as Planet Coaster 1, like. It's not even
close. You can also
close.
change everything later on by just having you kind of get a brush, and then if you choose what material you want to have, you can quickly just brush over all the areas you want to change. So you
maybe that's what the brush is. So you can get your set and you can just brush over the path.
Go from a Western styled ground to a modern styled ground. Super nice.
That's cool.
The next one is a quick one. People have been starting to rumor if the game may actually be on a different engine, because the Cobra engine logo was gone from all the material, but that's just maybe a decision that they didn't want to put it everywhere. Adam actually confirmed to me that this game is running on Cobra engine, and there's no hide and seek or so. It is confirmed.
I'd imagine
it's running on the latest version of Cobra engine.
Yeah, it's just a new Cobra engine.
You got it. And let's move on. Number 4, our guest. And I needed to introduce this to this list because I was able to actually sit down for a minute or two and just watch the guest. Now, I was hoping that the guest may actually be accurately done with like gravity on rides, but that's not the case, so you won't have all their legs and arms flying around like crazy.
I figured this was all
but
pre-rendered.
They have a lot of new animations also on the rides. It's looking super cool how they're shaking on the ride. There's a lot different hands up and down, so it doesn't feel like copy paste like in the first game. There's a lot of difference in that, and the people look so much better. You cannot even believe. Like, in-game, it was a lot more than we've seen actually in the gameplay. Not sure if this was a little bit of a better version, but there were also, it's so much more crowded. You've got so many more guests in the park, and it looks really believable. So that is very good to know. And they just look a huge bit better. And they have so much more details, like earrings, piercings, and necklaces. And like this is something you don't notice at first, but once you notice, you can't unsee how much this adds to the game. Number 5 is definitely something you all wanted to hear, rides. And there were a couple of surprises in there, and I want to quickly start with some transport rides, because you guys also wanted to see. There was a tiny weird bug in there, which I found funny. Under the transport rides, there was the log flume for whatever reason, but we'll talk about the log flume in a bit. However, there was also a bus ride, which is super cool. It wasn't the bus ride we got in the Studios pack back then. It was an actual bus, like you have from a hotel to go somewhere.
That's really cool. Like, there's actual bus ride. I did see an image of that. So that's going to be cool how you can, like, maybe do, like, a resort type of build, and you can have, like, a bus that transport them from a hotel to the park and everything. Or visually, you can make it look like that. That would be cool.
You can definitely
Yeah,
tell.
this is
Frontier
Rudy's video. We're getting the real info now.
learned their lesson, and we will be able to abuse this bus ride as we did in the past. But this looks like a legit bus, and it's a transport ride, so you can grab them from the spawners and bring them to your actual entrance of the park. That's gonna work. So super nice. And we have our good old lovely steam train is back in the game as well. But I was told that this is just a tiny showcase of what's gonna come, so I'm not sure what else will be in there. But the section of the ride is in. Then we also have a lot of different rides in the flat ride section. There was a couple of things grayed out, so maybe tracked rides, because people were talking about that this too, have just been grayed out, but they will be in. So at least this icon looked like this. I wasn't able to check every single bit because there was just so much to see. But we have a couple of flat rides, and also their little Ferris wheel is back in, which was the whirlywig in the first game, but now we have it as an unthemed option, just so you know. But there will be more in the game. But it's super, like, the customization of them it's ridiculous. I tried it. It functions super well. The animation is in. The mirroring option is great. Like, it's all super nice. And there's a wide choice of rides already, which you'll be very happy with. Now, thanks for watching this video until now. I guess most of you skipped to this point now. Because we're talking about coasters, my friends. This game is called Planet Coaster. And maybe let's start with a tiny bummer. But the coaster builder is literally the same. However, and I want to mention this with a lot of empathy and caution. It may look the same and feel the same building it, like you have the same controls, and it's also piece by piece, and it seemed like that the shortest piece.
I'm fine with that. I know a lot of people want node-based system. I kind of didn't, so it's okay with me.
Still is 4 meters. However, I plopped down a quick coaster, and I did it a couple of times, and it was immediately relatively smooth. It was actually so smooth that it was already smoother than any ride I've ever done in Planet Coaster 1, including smoothing. There are a couple of new smoothing options though, so you can choose different types of smoothing. So only, like, it is a bit similar to how it was in the first game, but now it's finally done in a proper way. So you have smoothing only for the curve, for the banking, or for the overall rotation of the curve, then, or for the size of the curve, for example. Then you can decide to smooth forward and backward. So if you are familiar with certain mods of the game, you know there was the 4 meter method to go forth and back over your pieces twice, and you need to do that throughout the whole.
So there's a smooth strength as well.
The whole course of the coaster, and there was a mod that did this automatically with some hotkeys and stuff like that. Now this is a feature in game. You can just choose to smooth forward, and then the game automatically will always go 1 selection point forward. So let's say if you've selected 4 pieces, for example, and you hit smooth, the next time it's going to go exactly 4 pieces further into the coaster layout, so that's the last piece is left out, and so you keep on smoothing the ride, and it functions a tremendous amount better than in the first game. I was easily able to put down a nice roll, and it looked a lot better. The offset is working a lot better, so people, I guess, will be pleased with it, and I really enjoyed plopping down a coaster a lot because it felt so much more rewarding to jump on it and have a look. But there's really not that much more I can tell you about because there are so many items in the game.
All I needed to hear is that smoothing's better.
And in the menu, that it was really hard to focus on them. You can imagine that obviously the typical things are in, like push tires, launches, and all these, you know, normal things you would expect are in game already. So no big deal. But yeah, that's that. Now let's talk about the next point, which is switch tracks. And I included this as a point to tell you they're not in. Seems weird, right? I know. However, this doesn't mean they won't be in at all. I found a couple of things in game that do hint to the fact that they may be in.
Like, I knew it wasn't in this build, so I feel like it's going to be in specific coaster
in a
types.
certain way, if it's an actual one. But the stations pretty much are not touched at all. I'm not sure if that remains the same, but there's literally nothing you can do with the stations, and it seems to be not the final version anyways, because you're not. I wasn't able to put a single rider lane in. The single rider lane wasn't existing, but we know it does exist because it literally was already in the footage that we've seen. So that's definitely something that wasn't in at all, which tells me there are more options that exist, but they are not even in this build. And even Frontier confirmed to me that this was a very old build to ensure that this is well optimized for Gamescom. So there's a lot more to come. However, which I do think is pretty good, there are, again, as I said, a lot of hints. There was an option in the menu to add a coaster while the ride was operating, which is something that didn't work in the first game. And for me, it did not work. Like, I tried it, and I thought, okay, maybe there are too little block sections, but the coaster had enough block sections, and I couldn't add a ride. So maybe they forgot to take out that button, and it's not confirmed, okay? This is a little guessing here, because they wouldn't confirm that to me. But as this button didn't do anything, and we have some other things we are talking in a minute that were super surprising, and in the chapter surprising, you'll know what I talk about, then you will actually find that this is going to be maybe in. There is a good evidence
probably going to be the turntable.
Anyways, let's talk about my most exciting point now, which is weather/seasons, because the brand new weather panel is very similar to a forecast. So you have a forecast for the current day. Every single hour is kind of displayed, and you will get the forecast of weather for the next hours. Why hours? Because the time in this game is now completely changed. The 15-minute demo I had actually only was an in-game hour. So that means the in-game hour passing, you can actually tell that, for example, in the afternoon, if it's raining, things may actually be influenced by that. And this is very interesting because next to the forecast for the next hours, you got the next day and the next month as a forecast as well, which gives you more control over what's happening. And there were literally seasons mentioned below. Like, I have been playing in January, which is winter, or like it was February, I guess, and then it's winter. And then for March, it told me spring approaching, which is insane. This is more than I was ever dreaming for. By the way, weather was...
So with seasons, that's crazy. Like, if we have seasons, like, will the trees change and stuff like that? That would be awesome.
Like, it was in, but it was grayed out. I couldn't use the option to change weather. I couldn't even put it in nighttime. They have sneakily actually hidden a lot of things away, which I'm a little bit mad about, but hey, I mean, it was obvious that they needed to do that. But this was so good to see. Like, weather is completely integrated as more than just it's sunny, it's overcast, it's rainy, I don't know. It seems to have a real impact, because you would not put this entire, very nicely designed, by the way, screen in with like weather forecast. There was even like a little exclamation mark saying that it's very hot, which I assume is for higher frequency of sunscreen, for example, or more shades available, I don't know. But this was, for me personally, absolutely surprising to see. I did not expect that to be a thing, but that's a good segue into my next point. Because there are a lot of surprises in there, and I was lucky enough to be invited to an event after the Gamescom where I still had time to play for a bit, and I had a bit more, you know, it was a bit more quiet, so I could sit down and play a bit. And I found a people dryer. Yes, you know, when you're on a water ride and you're completely soaked, you want to dry quickly. There was a dryer. And you know why this is interesting? Because a dryer is necessary specifically for those seasons where it's not super hot, but still warm enough to go on these things. But then again, you get a cold if you do not, you know, dry out quickly enough. So no one, if like 35 degrees summer, no one would use the dryer. But if there is like, you know, let's say we've got spring and there's already like a very nice sunny day, which gets to like 25-ish degrees in the sun, you would enjoy a water ride, but then if you go into the shadows, or maybe it's getting afternoon, you drop below 20 degrees, that's maybe not the best situation to be fully soaked. So very interesting. Then we had a lot of new stuff for the energy and water management. So my friends, we actually need to build pipes and cables. So it's not just plopping down a water filtration system or like an energy system. No, we need a transformer, we need the energy supply, we need also kind of a tool to enlarge the radius of energy, and then you need to put down cables to actually connect the rides or even facilities with each other. So you get these little dots. It very much functions like in City Skylines, to be honest. Like the pipes literally work the exact same way. So you have like a water tower, and then you connect the water tower to a facility that requires water. And you need to connect a filtration system to the pools, for example. So they require water and filtration, which are two separate items, which for me personally was super impressive to see. because I did not expect this to be that deep in the game. So I'm very hopeful that this has an actual impact on the gameplay. I'm very hopeful for everyone out there because, you know, I'm not the biggest management player, but I always said that this needs to be a better focus. So I was worried about these things, but now I'm a lot more positively surprised that this has kind of a real meaning in there. So
Only
that was
halfway
definitely a
through
good
this video.
surprise to be seen. And also, a very good surprise to be seen is that it seems like we are getting actually a scenery brush, my friends. Because people have been seeing the icon scenery brush. This is not a secret anymore. However, a lot of people told me that the scenery brush will most likely be terrain only. I can guarantee you now it's not, because I did work with terrain. Cool. There's no need to mention anything about terrain, by the way. It's literally the same, but why fix a working system? It was already amazing. The only difference is that we do now get 17 textures. That is so cool. Remember, we only had 6 in the past. Now we get 17 textures. Ooh. That is ridiculous, and I love it. But we also get a scenery brush. This thing was grayed out, but as the different scenery items, like foliage and stuff that are already in the game, I have found to be in very interesting order. That was, yeah, very interesting to see. So you know, at this point, I really do think we get a scenery brush, which honestly is one of the bigger surprises for this game, for me personally. Now, the last surprise I want to talk about is something that will be good for a lot of people who have actually not believed that we are going to get full scaling or group scaling, I should say. But now I can confirm to you, you can group scale objects. And Frontier, please do not listen at this point. You can abuse the system like in almost any other game. So if you scale a piece down to their lowest or to the highest, and then you create a group out of them, and you scale down the group, it's getting even more smaller. The only little issue is you can't then, you know, scale them again, because the moment you click on them to scale, it plops back into its recent smallest option. But you can still,
That's
if you have an item that is done.
That is going to be interesting. So, like, I know you could only go 200% and down to 50%, but there's a little bit of a wiggle room how you can make it smaller now. It's a little bit of a glitch, but you can, yeah, Frontier, please don't change that. We're fine with it. I hope they keep that in, because like if you group something together and you've already scaled it, you can scale it even further. So like if you want to make just one piece, I don't know if it has to still be grouped, but if it still has to be grouped, you can have like another piece hidden down underneath the ground that you can't see. You can hide it and then scale it down even further. So that's a cool bug. Like sometimes bugs are good. That's a good bug to have, where you can scale it even more. So very cool to see that we can go even more so if you want to go more or higher with that. That's actually pretty cool. I don't think we're going to get any info about transfer or switch tracks today. They could be in specific ride coaster types, but I'm surprised he hasn't mentioned turntables, but I think he's about to.
You do create a group out of it, and you want to even smaller, you can just select the whole group and scale it smaller, unless it's using a grid piece, as always. You need to use non-grid pieces. So that is a very nice surprise over here, so very much appreciated that. Now we talk about slides and pools. This is something you will all go nuts about. There are wonderful kind of splash zones, and we even have different options for a splash zone. That is very nice. You can either splash into the pool, or you have dedicated splash zones with different heights, so that your whatever slide is ending with a splash zone, and then people will actually end in that splash zone, and that can actually end anywhere. It can end in like even in the woods if you want to, or on a higher ground, whatever. It doesn't matter. You can put it literally anywhere, which is super cool. I didn't build too many tubes or so. I saw that other people did this, and I checked out a couple of these elements. We will see more elements in the future anyway, so no big surprises for me. The most important thing was, is there an option? Because
no, Planet Coaster 2 is coming to console as well for Xbox Series X, S, and X, and also PlayStation 5. I don't think it'll be on previous gen consoles though, only on current gen. So keep that in mind. But PC is going to be the best place to play because there will be no limitations. There's going to be a limit on how much stuff you can put in the console version, so keep that in mind.
you guys all ask for that, if there is a runoff area for them basically. And yes, there is a dedicated splash zone / runoff area if you want to.
I did see that. Runoff areas are a thing. I already got a picture of it, so...
That is super cool. Also, like the entrance on top of the... This is also, you need to build like a platform, and then on the platform you click start to build this... the tube, which is super cool. I mean, most of you may have seen this anywhere else on the internet. But yeah, so that is a very cool thing. And plopping down pools is equally rewarding as doing the pathing, because it literally works the exact same way. You just draw your pool if you fancy doing so, and you just decide how deep it should be. And we've got 3 different depth options. They are called swim, idle, and wade, or something like that. So 3 different ones. So the one is where you need to swim, the other one is where you can stand and walk, and the other one is where you actually would need to wade, where you're semi put into the water. So that is very nice. There's really not that much more to talk about, because we've already seen so much about pools that there is no big surprise in other than the one I mentioned. And this is why I want to go over to a bigger point, which is the UI. And the UI is very different. I did not think it is that different, but I really needed to get used to it the full first 15 minutes. And I thought that may be a point where I would need to criticize, but the more I kept playing this day, I noticed it's not. They fixed a lot of issues. Again, as I said, quality of life updates, you can't really pinpoint, you just feel them. And I think the biggest thing is we have the radial menu now as a fully baked in version also on PC. For those of you who don't know, the radial menu has been introduced to Planet Coaster on console, and it is basically an option that is context aware of what you do and gives you options in a radial menu. So let's say you're editing terrain and you hold down, now in this case, now in new case, it's going to be holding down the Alt key. The radial menu will appear in front of you, and around your mouse cursor there will be kind of cake slices, and the one will be smoothing and the other one will be push and pull and whatnot. And equally, if you're building a coaster, it's gonna give you different options for different items. This is so much faster. For any one of you who have already built in a 3D program, for example, Blender has that option as well. It is ridiculous. It's the best thing ever. You just need a bit of brain memory, and then if you hold down Alt and you push your mouse to the right-hand side, you will actually go to smoothing. Or if you put it down low, like bottom down, you're going to chain lift. I don't know. See, this is so good, and it will make building and stuff so much quicker, or copy pasting or whatnot. It's so good. I really loved it. And just in general, I have some gripes about it, but I don't want to judge it because it is not the final version. But the menus became super loaded now because there are so many options. But for the most part, I felt they were super intuitive to find. There are now a lot of this might actually be the area where you feel the biggest influence from consoles, because most of the menus have a horizontal slider option. So for example, if you have all the different coaster elements like the brakes and the push tires and stuff like that, they are horizontally, and you always have 4 icons visible, and then you need to click on an arrow to go through to the right hand side. But there's no slider option, so that you can't slide with your mouse or use your mouse wheel to quickly slide through. You actually have to push that little arrow to go through, which I found a bit finicky. And with a controller, you can just use the shoulder buttons to quickly, move through the menu. I feel like they have to find a fix for computer to be quicker, or even to make this menu bigger or whatnot, to have quick access to all the options, because at some coasters you have like 12 or 13 or whatever, even more elements to click off, and sometimes you just need to click to the 3rd menu or 4th menu to find that one option you want to go for. That was maybe a little bit of a thing they need to improve about that, but a lot of other things are so much more logical now. So I think the biggest change is you will always be greeted with the blueprint. So when you're opening the facility menu, you will not see any of the of these little modules or so. You will always get final and finished blueprints that you can plop down. And I do love that, because I love it for the casuals. Because
I was gonna say that's good for casual players that don't know how to play the game as well. Is that like those fully themed pieces are going to be like there right at the beginning. So.
Wanted to build yourself, there's
nice
a button on the right hand side which says build anew, and once you click that one you are greeted with our old menu that only includes the items and the shells, which I think is absolutely the right way to do it, because casual players don't even need to go into that deeper area of the game. They can just plop down their beloved blueprints and have the same. But for us who want to build more precise, there's just one click you need to do and you're back in your menu, which may actually be one click more for us. That's fine, but you don't need to activate anything in the menu. And also, because I talked a little bit to Adam, one thing they are really proud of is that they reversed actually the action. Now a lot of the hitboxes and stuff are deactivated by default. So in Planet Coaster 1 you also could deactivate all the different how's that called again, not barriers, like if intersections, like if a coaster goes through the pathing, it was blocked, and then you could just say no, I don't want this, and then it was going through. But now it's all default is disabled, and you need to actively enable these things in order to not be able to build a coaster through your path, for example. I think this is added creativity and freedom that we all needed, and so I'm very happy that they went this way to make it all more accessible and easy to play with. So in general, I was positively surprised by the UI, despite the fact it took me a couple minutes to get used to it. Right, last but not least, we need to talk about the left out stuff, because there was quite a lot that was actively left out that we could even see is left out. And there is one surprise I didn't talk about, and for those of you who listen to this video till this point, you will be rewarded with maybe one of the biggest things, and this is a lift. We do have a lift in the log flume, so the log flume can actually be lifted upwards with an elevator.
Like an elevator lift. That's awesome. I didn't know that.
You know that drop tracks are also confirmed. People were still having that last bit of concern that maybe Frontier did confuse drop track with diving, but I'm now 100% sure they didn't, and it didn't feel like they wanted to leave in the elevator, because I can't imagine that this is such a new piece we've never seen in the game that
it's cool.
In a way, did not have any counterpart. So why would
I hope the raft ride has it as well, because a lot of newer raft rides have the elevator lifts. So hopefully that's going to be a thing in there as well.
Specifically use the log flume to have to have such a specific.
I don't know many log flumes that have elevator lifts like that though. That's interesting.
Element like an elevator, and then you don't have anything special with the coasters. I feel like this is a leftover from a system that will be much bigger with a lot of these switch tracks options. If you can build, for example, Voltron, the new ride in Europa Park, which has this turntable basically where the coasters change from one side to the other, going into a nice launch. I can very well imagine that we are going to see these things in the game now, because there is literally this crazy vertical elevator thing, and also there is a turntable, like not a turntable, it's a turn platform for the log flume, so it goes in and it's rotated once, so it goes backwards. Again, a tool we've never seen in game, and I really, really think this is great to see. And also, there were a lot of things about, as I said already, the scenery brush, and weather, again, was deactivated, which I do believe that has, if you do leave these things out intentionally, it does mean there is more to it than just weather. Because why would you leave out weather if it's just a cosmetic thing again? That makes no sense. I do believe they need the time to talk about that nicely and give us a very nice deep dive of water, of weather and the impact of weather. And I can't wait for that one. So, this is, first of all, this is all about the point. Let me just quickly draw a conclusion about my experience. So that was a lot, and I really hope that you guys found it helpful. I tried to keep it as short as possible, but at some points, because I can't show you something, I need to explain this a bit more, and I'm very tired because I'm doing this right after Gamescom to keep my impression and emotion, but I'm super tired, to be honest. However, I am again, a tiny fraction more positive, because only a tiny fraction, because I have already been very positive lately about the game after the content reveal, and this was just like a big support of it, and it even added a tiny bit more. There are just a couple of things that I was not able to check because it literally it wasn't in, and that was, for example, pitch black interiors. I literally can't say anything. I built a house with no doors and stuff, and there was no pitch black interior whatsoever, but they also said that this is a very old version of the game, so maybe they found a different fix for it. I don't know, but
crazy that they're calling this a very old version of the game, which means who knows what it's going to be like at launch. Like, apparently this is a very old version of the game. That makes me even more excited that this is an early build. Like, they've had this build who knows how long now, so apparently it's an old build. So,
but that shouldn't mean that it's not in. I also found a lot of other things in the game that I can't really tell you more about because it was so confusing what this should be in the future, and I don't want to even guess at this point. So it leaves me with a very, very positive feeling, and I will say it now. Even if Frontier is going to release the version that I have seen with more content, people would already be absolutely mad about it in the most positive way. And the last bit of concern I had that Frontier went the easy way is gone now, specifically when you talk to the devs. And just to be fair, I will not include anything major that I talked about with the devs because there were a couple of things that I wanted to trick them into something, and they actually reacted in a very nice way. By the way, the way is just to tell me nothing, but I could now start to guess reactions and stuff, but I won't. I'm just very thankful I was able to talk to them and confirm a lot of things for you guys. I included those things already in this video, so trust me, bro, again, as I told you. All of this I've talked about. If there was anything uncertain, it is confirmed via the devs on the ground. And all the other things that we talked about, more details, I will talk about when we have material to showcase that, because otherwise this is something too much into the guessing area. And I will let you know as soon as we can see something, and also make sure that I have understood this correctly. So big thanks again to Frontier to really giving me so much insight again next to playing the game. It was really lovely to talk to Adam and all the other guys, the other Adam and Kat, and you know, if I forgot someone, Alex, very nice to see them too. Alex, by the way, is the guy who's always telling the people to not say too much, and I wonder if Alex ever met Sam Denny, and if so, I guess he would have gone crazy. But very lovely to meet all the people, and with that, thank you so much for watching. There's soon going to be more content, guys, and as soon as I have some content at hand, I will obviously talk about this. Hopefully that was interesting to you, and if you've even more questions or you didn't understand something correctly, let me know down below in the comments as always. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.
All right, so we got a lot more info from that. Thanks, Rudy, for be sure, if you haven't seen Rudy, of course, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't have at this point, but he's one of the best Planet Coaster creators out there. Awesome of him that he was able to go to Gamescom and give us this information, so really, really awesome. That made my day a little bit better, being able to get more of that information through him. So since he actually talked a little bit more about some of the stuff that they're not ready to talk about yet, so and here comes the impatience. Here comes the you're not gonna buy the game because Switch tracks. Wow, if there are no Switch tracks, you're not buying the game. That's funny to me. I mean, you're more than welcome not to, but like, I'm already sold, even if there's not Switch tracks. I think there will be, but we've already got so many a lot of things already confirmed. Like, they're going to be secretive. It's marketing, guys. It's going to be marketing. They're not going to drop everything right away. They want us to keep talking about it. I'm just as impatient as you guys. I really am. I want to know everything, and I understand everyone wants to know everything right off the bat, but that's not how it works. It's just like when you have a new coaster being built at a new park. They're not going to tell you everything about it until they're ready to tell you about it. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but it's very likely with everything that has been shown. Even Rudy himself, who got to play the game, just said that there was no Switch tracks in that build. So, and again, they he constantly said that this is an old build of the game too. Like apparently this is a very old build of the game that they had at Gamescom. So who knows where the game is right now? And obviously they aren't going to have everything in that build, and a lot of stuff was grayed out. So obviously vertical lifts are confirmed, at least for the log flumes. So that I'd imagine that it's going to be on the raft rides as well, and potentially some coasters maybe as well too. So I have so much content. We already have a turn platform, turntable kind of. It's more of a turn platform confirmed for the water coaster, the Mock Rides water coaster. That was already some photos of that being shown. And then we have the final runway as well. The runways for water slides have also been confirmed now. So we got a lot of things confirmed today. A lot of things. I know a lot of people are upset that we didn't get a lot, but like we got a lot of things revealed to us today. Even though Frontier directly didn't reveal those things, the people that got to play them did. So Frontier directly didn't confirm a lot of things, but a lot of the players did. So I'm very thankful for the people that were there at Gamescom and got us that info. So are there going to be enough to require one with lines and pipes to see that being? They're going far. Yeah, like, come on, man. And we already got a turn platform. Like, they're gonna have switch tracks. I have a feeling. Like, and I'm not trying to hype it up, because in case they don't, I feel like it's only gonna be on certain coaster types. The coaster types that make sense. So, like, a multi-launch Intamin coaster, or Audimax in this case, I feel like we'll definitely have switch tracks. Something like that. And then I could see us having, the drop tracks as well. And then maybe some elevator lifts on some rides too. Like, now that we have been confirmed that there's elevator lifts on, like, the log flumes, I don't even know many log flumes that have elevator lifts. So, if any, for log flumes anyways. So I'd imagine, like, there's gonna be so much more, guys. Like, and this is an old build of the game, like an old build, not just like a limited build. Like, this is a build from a long time ago, apparently. So that makes me way more hyped. Transfer tracks for transfer and maintenance hasn't been confirmed or anything. That's one of the ones that I don't think will be in there. And as much as I would love to have that, I don't think it's necessary. I think transfer tracks, like, during the ride could be possible. Like part of the ride, say like Powder Keg in Silver Dollar City, where you actually have a transfer track in the ride itself. But that's not been confirmed. I'm not saying it couldn't be in the game, because, I mean, it very well could, but I don't think, like, transfer tracks into maintenance, and it's not a big deal to me, because I could make fake ones, because I'm, I know that a lot of people want them and everything, and I understand that. I would want them too, but it's not like a deal breaker for me to have, like, maintenance transfer tracks to be able to take trains on and off. I think it would be a cool management situation. Like, if you're running multiple trains, it costs you more money to run the ride, and if you're running one train, it could cost a little bit less to run the ride. So that'd be a cool management feature. It's not a deal breaker for me, but I think that would be an amazing management feature as well, because if it's slower, you can get away with running one train and costing less maintenance cost, and less running cost. Definitely would be a nice thing, because that's a real thing in real life. Is if you're running two trains, it's going to cost the park more, because you have more staff, you have more everything. So that is a real thing. So I do think that'd be a cool feature for sure, but I'm not going to, like, get my hopes up for something like that, because that is a lot already, and they're adding a lot of management stuff. Time is going to go down by a lot slower. So I think what Rudy said, like, he played for 15 minutes, and it was about an 1 hour time in the game. So, like, a 15-minute session was 1 hour in game. So that's crazy how much slower time goes, because an hour in game was more like maybe a day cycle of that, maybe even less, honestly. So time's gonna be moving a lot slower in Planet Coaster 2. So very, very interesting from a management perspective and everything. So, anyways, is there staff in the station checking your seatbelts? No, that's not going to be in the game. However, you do have to pay. You actually have to pay attention to your staff on the operator's booth. As much as I would love staff in the station checking restraints and everything, I don't think they're going to have that in the game. Everything that we've seen, there was none of that. So we've seen coasters in action, and there's no staff on the platform. It's just in the booth like it was in Planet Coaster 1. However, you do have to manage your ride operators now. So like you have to manage the ones running the ride. So obviously you still had your ride operators running the ride. So is there switch tracks? There have not been confirmed switch tracks yet, but it's very likely. In the build that they had, there are no switch tracks. There was a turntable, like a turn platform, and this is not stuff that was shown off by Frontier. This is stuff that is coming out from people that have played the game in the booth. So everyone is going on and on about switch tracks, man. And I'm very confident, I do think there will be switch tracks in the game, though, because with all that they revealed, there's just no way that there's not going to be. And again, I think it's only going to be on specific coaster types. I know that's going to upset people, but it's only going to be on coaster types that make sense. So like a Intamin multi-launch coaster, yeah. So switch tracks have not been confirmed. Rudy said himself that they were not in the game, at least not in the build that he played. So, and Frontier, apparently, this is a very old build of the game, too, that they have at Gamescom. So it's an old build. So there's a lot more. And my gosh, the pads. Let's talk about pads for a second. Pathing is insane. Even elevated pads, you can use any of the railings, curbs and stuff can be, I think curbs as well, can be interchanged with different pads. So you can, like, say if you like the wooden railing from this pad, you can put it on another path as well. So a lot more customization options when it comes to stuff like that, which is really, really cool to see. There's so much. Like, just watch Rudy's video. It's in the chat if you scroll up a little bit. Go watch that video. Rudy's going to tell you everything that he experienced because he was actually there playing the game. So I definitely recommend go watching his video. That we just got done watching it. So can you place 2 stations? That has not been confirmed either. So not sure. I'm going to assume no right now, but we'll have to wait and see. And just keep in mind, guys, keep this in mind, all right? These things could be added in a future update as well. Remember Planet Coaster 1? We got a lot of updates through its lifespan, just that changed and added features to the game. So if we don't have unload stations right now, it doesn't mean we, like in the launch, we might get unload stations later. We just got to make sure we're letting Frontier know that's what we want. And I'm sure they've heard it. So, but it could come in a later update. So just keep that in mind as well. He was told to end the stream. Have you watched the video he just posted, though? Because he talks about everything. Like, he doesn't show anything off, of course. He can't live stream anything. But, like, he actually talked about his experience and what he was able to do in the game. So, he did talk about it in that video. I know he tried to live stream it, but he couldn't. Frontier didn't want him streaming anything, so. Oh my gosh, we're talking about water parks. Oh my gosh. Well, why not make roller coasters realistic? Why not let staff check seatbelts? Like, come on, Frontier, you guys are focused on water parks and the coaster management. No, they're not, guys. It's marketing. They have done so much for the coasters. Like, it's not a deal breaker, guys. Like, I'm on board with you guys. I am on board. Like, I think we should have staff checking seatbelts and checking restraints and stuff like that. I absolutely 100% agree with that. But to say that they haven't done anything and you're that disappointed over something that small, a detail that small, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I'm just as, I want it just as much as you guys. You know what I mean? But like they're not focused more on water parks than coaster management. It feels that way because water parks are the big new thing in Planet Coaster 2. So they're going to market that a lot because everyone kept crying in Planet Coaster 1 that we want water parks, we want water parks, we want water parks. You know, so that's what they're giving us. And now that they're giving us that, everyone is complaining that they're giving us or talking about water parks more. So they can't win. You can't win as a company. But they are focusing on coaster management as well because we are having to worry about the staffing as well. And there's more stuff that they haven't shown off too. You know what I mean though? There's more stuff. So like, just to be clear, like I'm just as on board with that as you guys, but I think we're letting too much hate get in there. You know what I mean? Like we're getting upset so bad over small things sometimes. If you ask me, I saw someone say it was a deal breaker if they had 3D grass in the game. Like all the amazing stuff they've shown off and the stuff that's confirmed so far, like that's enough for me to buy the game. It really is. And there's still more to come. There's more to come. Oh gosh, Universal just announced details on the Helios Grand Hotel in Epic Universe. That's cool. I might have to watch that in a little bit. But you guys gotta remember, this is a game that still needs to be fun and everything. And I understand that a lot of us want it to be very realistic, very manageable, or management sim and everything. They've put a lot of effort, but they gotta make it fun at the same time, if that makes sense. Yes, they want to have some realistic aspects, but they still need to make the game fun at the same time. If I have to deal with all this staff on my ride platforms and everything, it'd be incredible. I'd be fine with that. But to the casual player, the people that just want to play the game and have a good time, sometimes it can be a little bit too much. And you can see that they're doing a lot more management-wise in this game. This game's going to have a lot more management. We're going to have to worry about water filtration, electricity, or power to our rides and stuff. So that's crazy. We even have to put pipes underground for the water filtration and all the water stuff. So there's a lot. There's a lot. So don't worry, guys. And I'm all completely on board with you guys that I want those things in the game too. So don't get it confused that I want to, but let's, instead of like being so angry, let's just be patient and let's give them our critical feedback in a very nice manner. You know what I mean? We need to be a little bit more nice about it. You know, like, hey, Frontier, can we get this in the game? You know, this game's going to be supported for who knows how many years of them updating the game too. So, yeah, I'm about to head off here though, guys. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my birthday because I just turned 30 today. So thank you guys for being here on my birthday, checking out some more Planet Coaster 2 info and content. We're going to be back live again for the Frontier Unlock stream because they're going to be revealing the deep dive number 2, which I'm sure they'll get into like the coaster builder and stuff like that. And Rudy said himself, the coaster builder hasn't changed a whole lot. It is very similar, except they have a lot more smoothing tool options, and the coasters are a lot smoother on ride as well. So they're nice and smooth on ride, so that's good to hear. That's the big thing we wanted, and they have a lot of cool stuff like that. Thanks for the birthday wishes. Appreciate it. What about chairlift breakdown? Does maintenance guy go up and help? See, that's the thing. Like, I think that would be amazing. I'm a ride operator myself, so you're a ride operator at Six Flags Great Adventure. Sweet, that's so cool. That's cool. So yes, I understand too. As a ride operator, I would love to see stuff like that, but it's probably not going to be in the game. So I think it'd be such a cool feature to be able to have breakdowns like on the lift hills, brake runs and stuff, and they have to do evacuations and stuff. I think that'd be cool, but I don't think it's going to make it into the game. But it's not like a deal breaker for me, you know, as cool as that would be, and it would be just like icing on the cake for me. I don't see those things being in the game, and they definitely could be. I think it would be awesome if we could get the game, or get this build of the game in Steam so we can play that demo. I would love to be able to play that demo. Maybe they will let us down the line after Gamescom, but man, I doubt it. But like, how awesome would it be if we could actually play that demo that they shown? Looking at it, they still don't have pre-orders available for the game yet. I'd imagine that'll still come later, but probably when they announce the release date. When they announce the release date, that's probably when the pre-orders are going to go out. So, but missed a big stream. They shut off transfer tracks. No, they didn't. That's why he's JK. You don't do that. That's mean. That's mean, Jake. That is mean. They didn't show or switch tracks or transfer tracks. This is so mean. Hopefully they will eventually, though. Hopefully. One thing I hope is in the game, big time, because I was playing a little bit of Planet Zoo last night because I was kind of getting some of those newer features that I don't have in Planet Coaster 1 that are in Planet Coaster 2. I hope we get gift shops. Hopefully by launch, but at least in the game at some point. Thanks for the birthday wish, Jake. Have a good day, man. But one thing is gift shops, like modular gift shops where you can actually place all the, the shelves and stuff. I think that's actually really cool in Planet Zoo, and I hope we can get that. Where are you, Ride Hopper? I work at Silver Dollar City. I work at Outlaw Run and Powder Keg. I'm the senior team lead of those two rides. So, Outlaw Run and Powder Keg. Used to just be Outlaw Run, but now I got a promotion a few months ago to senior lead. So, those are my two rides. And when's next stream? So, at the very earliest, I mean, it could, or at the very latest, I will probably stream the Unlocked stream on the 28th, on Wednesday. We're definitely going to react to that footage as well. So we'll be back for that. The next deep dive is going to be on the 28th during their Unlocked stream. They did confirm that in this stream that the next deep dive will be on the 28th, Wednesday, for that live stream. So I will be live streaming my reaction to that stream as well because I have the day off and I should be able to check that out as well. Hopefully we will get more in that deep dive. So that deep dive is going to be over creative tools. That's something that they said in the last deep dive. That's the next one is going to be creative tools. So to me, that screams coaster builder, water flume builder, the slide builder, maybe even more of the pool builder, pathing, stuff like that. Stuff that the tools they give us to create these things. So I'd imagine we'll get a lot during that, and we'll get actual footage that we can see. So they did confirm that. So the deep dive will be on the next Unlocked, Frontier Unlocked stream. But yeah, that's what I want to see from those things. So, oops, let me get this up. And for those that haven't seen it, we can go over it real quick. Some of the screenshots that some people that did capture. So we got this one right here, and this is the Mock Rides water coaster. You can see it mentions turntables. That's the main thing. But we actually got a picture of that later on. We got this water ride, which I believe is like a water coaster as well, where you can have like propel. It's not English, so I can't read the description very well. And then we have these turn platforms here for the water coaster. That is like that. And then we do have another shot of that, of it going on to this next track. So I feel like just that in general is pretty awesome. And then we do have like the runways for these slides as well, if you want to end it like this instead of going into a pool. So I thought that was also a cool thing. We can see one of the transformers for power, like one of the electric transformers or something like that we'll need to power rides. And we get a little bit of the coaster builder menu here. This particular coaster has cable lift. I'm assuming this is probably the Intamin, or the Automax rather. And we get the smooth direction, so you can, like in the mod, smooth forward and backwards. So they took that mod and actually put it in the actual game. So that's cool to see. You can do different smooth types, so like height, banks, I'm guessing. Kind of like what we had in Planet Coaster 1 after an update. A lot of people are going on about this little track piece over here that looks left and right. I think I've heard that is stations, but at the same time, I feel like it would be under utility. Station's always been under utility, so there's more here that we can't see. That's normal track, but you can see that there's more to it. So I'm hoping that maybe this is like special tracks, like turntables, switch tracks, but you can see, to me, that does kind of look like switch tracks, you know, and I think I think that piece was grayed out. I'm not entirely sure, from what Rudy said, something like that. May have been him or somewhere else, but you can see, we do have the catch car return speeds and track supports and just your normal stuff. A lot really cool smooth. There's smooth strength now, so that's actually kind of new. We have like the smooth strength tool now. So a few new things here that looked awesome that some people snapped pictures of while they were there. So lots of cool stuff. I am very excited to see what we get in further on. So seeing if there's any more people that have posted anything. I got a lot of these photos from a Discord server that I'm a part of. So I'm just seeing if anything else has been posted in there, which doesn't look like it. We also have weather and seasons that was kind of shown off. So you can kind of see like there's seasons as well. So very, very cool. There's a lot of stuff coming. Very, very cool. A lot of stuff coming. So I hope you guys are just as excited as I am, because I am very excited. Like, especially like, look at the turntable. That's so cool. Like, I love seeing like the little cracks of the track, like that detail, just seeing that those can turn, you know, it's awesome. So if we're getting stuff like this, guys, I see no reason why we won't have switch tracks in the game. You know, I can't imagine it not having switch tracks in the game. You know, and obviously we can interact with paths, or we can like go into the paths with no collision. So a lot less collision in this game from what I've seen as well. So cool to see that stuff. Cool. So I think I'm going to head out for now, guys. Enjoy the rest of my birthday. So this is a good birthday present to see a lot of this stuff come out. So hopefully we get a lot more information in that deep dive where we can see the coaster builder in action. So I'm excited to see that. One thing I'm not excited about is definitely these giant platforms for the stations are still in the game. Yeah, switch tracks were not in the build. I know that. Rudy did say that. We did watch the video a little while ago on the stream, but I already know he said switch tracks are not in the game, in this build. So I do feel like, because it's in a different coaster type, and those coaster types weren't included in this build, so I think they're coming, but I think it's going to be in a different build of the game, or like a later build of the game, of course. Because he did state that this is a very old build of the game, which it excites me more because this build of the game is already pretty awesome. And there's limited stuff in this build so that you can do and see and everything like that. But I love seeing this turntable. Like, to me, this is one of the best screenshots. That and this one with the water slides. One thing that worried me about the water slides a little bit was the not having runaways, and you had to splash it into a pool. So, oh gosh, I'm so excited, guys. I hope you guys are excited as well. I'm excited. I know a lot of people are criticizing, a lot of people are impatient that they haven't revealed everything just yet. I was like, they're revealing stuff little by little, okay? Little by little. We're going to get more in the future. So, anyways, I'm going to head off here, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching with me today. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my birthday, because today's my birthday. And we're going to be back very, very soon. I'll probably do another an actual video for people to watch that wasn't a live stream as well, give all the information that we know now. So since Gamecom is a bit older, yeah, like I said, Rudy says it's an old build, so it doesn't, just because we didn't see anything in the build stuff that was not in the build today, that doesn't mean it's not going to be in the game, because not everything's in this build of the game. It's an early build of the game. So all right, guys, I'm gonna head out, guys. I appreciate you guys being here. You guys are amazing. Thanks so much for another successful stream. We had a lot of viewers today, just like the last one. So we'll be live again to react to the deep dive and the Frontier Unlocked stream, which will be on Wednesday the 28th, I believe at noon for me. So stay tuned for that. And I will have more videos on if we get more information and such about all of this stuff. So I'm super excited. I know you guys are as well. So make sure you guys have a great day and a cool tomorrow, guys. I'm going to catch you guys in the next live stream video, whatever it may be. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for joining me, guys, and goodbye.